Thank God for you.
I thank God. I thank God.
You're a woman enough, hey, not to try to hide.
Didn't try to hide it, baby.
You didn't try to hide your
Didn't
love
try to hide it, baby.
for this other guy.
Didn't try to hide it,
Hey,
baby.
baby, no need to explain. I just wanna say, oh, if it ain't just for you, for being woman enough, try to make it easier for me. Wherever you go, I want you to know you have to call on me. Yeah, I'll be right by your
Oh, thank God. I thank God. Oh, it's very nice to see there's a man who understands how hard it is. Take your hand and try to explain. You're the kind of man you are to be so
you have to call on me.
and I'm gonna be right by your side. Yes, I will.
Oh,
How y'all doing?
thank God
I'm
above.
hoping everybody's doing well out there. Welcome to Dr. Davis's front
We
porch.
were able
Yes.
to see
Just how wrong we were.
and
Understanding mellow. Understanding mellow.
and understanding love, baby, and understanding love. Yes, it is love. Oh, when you wake up, I want you to remember one thing, yeah. That's how happy I want to tell you something. All you gotta do is call me. And understand me, baby. And understand me,
Well, I did that tribute for Jared Butler. Fly high. Fly high. He's one of my favorites. The Iceman, his transition. He was born in Mississippi and later on went to Chicago. And that was him singing with Miss Eger, and she's from Mobile, Alabama. Oh, an extraordinary vocalist. The both of them were. And I just wanted to do that tribute to him. And we had another 2 transitions. These are some of our greatest here. I find this very strange. Because it seems as if though if I turn off my okay, I did it. So we're gonna get deep into this. I just wanted to invite you on my front porch because like it's a beautiful day and a wonderful time to do some spring cleaning. I guess it's gonna be early, isn't it? So I've been out here cleaning up the front porch, getting it ready for some wonderful things. Okay, out here in nature and everything. But hang on a minute, my mind is on a million things at one time. You know, I am a chaotic or can y'all see me good? Hang on a minute. I don't think y'all can see the entire screen. Give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. You're gonna hear some commercials. I gotta tell y'all about a lot of changes. What's that guy's name? Give me a minute. Y'all gotta hear some commercials.
What happens to your skin when you soak in baking soda?
What happens to your
Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Hang on, y'all, because y'all can only see part of this. Where is the love? Where is the love you said was mine? Oh, hang on, y'all. Let me get this straight. Where is the love? Excuse me, y'all. Okay. You put these over your phone when you want privacy, because people, if they know your number, they can see you. So you open it and close it. You shut it on and off. That was just in the way. So I put another one on there. Simple as that. So I keep them on my phone because there's a lot of people spying on me. They're watching right now. Excuse all this going on here. This is my house dress. I've been cleaning up. Y'all like that? Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. Roberta, Donny, fly high. I grew up as a kid hearing these type songs, so they're very dear to me. That was one of her pieces with Donnie. And y'all know I'm just going down memory lane here. I may as well do her too. Let me see. A lot of changes are happening here in my neighborhood, y'all. Lots of changes. Many ripples fly high.
I stumbled on this photograph. It kind of made me laugh. It took me way back down memory lane. I see the happiness, I see the pain. Where am I? Back down memory lane. I see her standing there, such a happy, happy pair. Love beyond compare. Look at there, look at there. The way you held me, no one could tell me love would die. Oh, why did I have to find this photograph? I thought I had forgot the past.
Y'all bear with me.
Now I'm
I'm feeling this.
Oh, back down memory lane.
I'm having a moment, y'all. I've been here 58 years, so sometimes I go back down memory lane, you know.
Back down memory lane. I'm in the sunshine. I'm in the rain. Thought it was over. Here I go again. The way you held me, no one could tell me that love would
Bear with me. I'm having a moment, y'all. Having a moment. Give it to me, y'all.
faster than the speed of sound. Back down memory lane. You still my foolish. Don't let this feeling start. Back down memory lane. I don't wanna go. Back down memory lane.
Okay, before we get started, I gotta hear this. I heard this in a grocery store, so I gotta play it after
The
this
only thing more
commercial.
popular than me is Wild Natural deodorant. Cherry Blossom. Oh, I wish I could.
I heard this in a grocery store, and fell in love with it. Sure did. Carole King.
So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door.
I don't know the words.
Doesn't help to know you're just time away. Long ago I reached for you and there you stood. Holding you again could only do me good. How I wish I could, but you were so far away. One more song about moving along.
I appreciate you all being very patient with me. But I've been, sometimes, you know, I love music. I just have a moment. Some songs take you into different places in your life, you know. You know, you all may be there already, but as I grow older, a lot of music remind me of past events growing up as a child, you know. Different places in my life. Like this reminds me of my childhood. When I was a kid, my mom would be playing this on Saturdays. You know, she'd just have a radio on and this would just come on. And I heard it in a grocery store and it just took me way back, way back. And some people may not understand where I'm at, but it made me think of my parents who are now gone. My mama and my daddy gone. Aunts, uncles, as you grow old, the road gets lonely because people start dying in your life or transitioning, however you want to say it. But as you grow older, you'll start understanding where I'm at right now.
I've yet to find.
Here we go.
But you're so far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place?
No, they don't stay in one place.
It would be so fine.
They move on. They transition.
And it
That's what she's trying to tell
You're
us.
so far away.
Like my mom and dad is so far away.
You're so far away.
Cherish the people in your life while they're with you. Don't take nothing for granted. And I don't care what. Always stay calm. Things I used to do in the past, ain't no way I do it now. It's not even worth it. Carole King, so far away. Y'all know I got to do this. Hey, you know what? I hate to say it, y'all, but I got to do this one right here. Please let me do this one. Please. Y'all, there's a lot of work going on over in my neighborhood. They're coming to cut all our trees down. They're cutting the trees down, y'all. Here's one of my favorites. Y'all bear with me. But it's got to be
Hi,
a commercial
I'm Thomas
first.
Solich, and I want to welcome you to the Otterbein University Peak.
That's not what I wanted to hear. Even though that's one of the old classics, you know.
We've only just begun.
I guess the Spirit wanted me to play it.
White lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way.
We've only just begun.
Before the rising sun, we fly
crazy.
So many roads to choose. We started walking and learned to.
So, anyways, I type in close to you because that's what I want to hear. But they play that instead because close to you is not even in the lineup. So I finally found it. Here we go.
Suddenly, every time you are near,
Birds are all in my yard today.
just like me, they long to be close to you. Why
Nice springtime music, isn't it? Even though it's not technically not spring, it feels like a spring day out here.
you walk by, just like me, they long to be close to you.
Ain't that a cute song? The Carpenters.
On the day that you
Fly high.
were born, the
But she is fast too. Long.
decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkle moon dust in your hair, golden starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls in town follow you.
I got a whole bunch of birds in my yard, y'all. I haven't seen them in so long. I'm so happy. I put out food for them.
They long to be close to you.
Okay, so y'all get a chance to watch me do some stuff. I'm finna get ready to do some stuff. Hang on, y'all.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true.
Hang on, y'all.
They sprinkle moon dust in your hair and golden starlight in your eyes of blue. It was why all the girls in the town follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Okay. I'm gonna do some little plantings out here.
Close to you. Close to you.
Boy, the wind up high today. Blew out one of my candles. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm only doing this for the spirits.
El viento mueve mi terrible melena cuando por las calles voy. Y en esas calles no se cansan de agredirme porque no saben quién soy. Yo te enseño. Yo te enseño.
El viento mueve.
And y'all got to know I'm Cuban now.
Y en esa calle siempre me agreden.
And I'm African and I'm cute.
soy.
So
Me lo suelto carretera, no hay derris, me di
Y'all
cuenta
didn't
que
know
pasé,
that.
que yo no nací así. El hombre que me quiere me acepta como
my
soy.
family from Liberia.
A donde quiera que voy, mi naturaleza rompe patrón de belleza, no me vengan
But I'm
para
cute.
decirme
Hay que plancharse la cabeza para verse más femenina.
Óyeme, nona, nanina, mis códigos determinan, yéndose por encima de todos esos esquemas, encaracola mi
Y es
pelo y es
postura ante la vida.
una doctrina que
A little
consolida esta
Spanish.
imagen que te vengo dando. Conmigo duermen más de 400 años soñando con el hasta cuándo.
Thank you for the
El
super
procedimiento
chat,
que sigue
Rod.
el pelo lo hace
How you
mentiroso.
doing? And hello, She Traveler. Hello to all of my moderators and everybody who stepped in.
Los pelos y que crezcan los relos.
A que le guste bien y a que no también.
Señor, arriba los pelos y que crezcan los relos, Señor.
A que le guste bien y a que no también. Según decreto ley 52.
So y'all don't know what they're saying. They're celebrating their African heritage. That's what they're singing about.
Entonces dámelo.
No lo mereces. Sigue quemándote el cráneo, deja que pasen 2 meses.
These guys are my favorites.
De raíz desaparece siempre. A veces recibo raras miradas de quienes creen que para estar
If you'd like to hear this, it's by
pero nada,
Obsession.
lo nuestro es nuestro y habla por nosotros. Ahí va mi idiosincrasia capilar.
Type in
El aire no me
Obsession.
despeina como pilar. Veo al caminar un mar de tiendas que no venden muñecas negras. Pero ese es otro
Oh,
historia
it's
que
feeling
contar.
good right now. Yes, it is.
Arriba los pelos y que crezcan los relos.
A que le guste bien.
Hello,
y a que no
Crystal.
también.
Thank you for moderating. And She Traveler and Gail, thank y'all for moderating. And I'm going to get to everybody else. We're just trying to get it hyped out here on Dr. Davis'
Identidad siempre dispuesta, orgullo sale a la palestra. Mira, obsesión dice y demuestra, convicción en talla extra. Dime entonces si tú sales o entras, o lo escondes o lo muestras, o te pierdes o te encuentras. Tú piensas lo que yo mientras. Voy a seguir en la pelea de a partir de lo que somos, entonces lo que sea. Me gusta eso. Repito, a partir de lo que somos, entonces lo que sea. Vamos de nuevo. A partir de lo que somos, entonces lo que sea. A partir de lo que somos, entonces lo que sea.
Si tuviera me diera por andar con la esposa al aire así.
Super crónica obsesión.
I'm so upset with y'all president, Trump. He stopped me from being able to go and see my people in Cuba. When he posed with the, what he posed on them? Sanctions. So I can't go and see my peoples. Y'all see what I mean? So I'm not really too happy with your president right now. Commercial
Ahora con
time.
el chisme de una oferta en Metro que no te vas a querer perder, obtén un nuevo iPhone 13 a ningún.
This me right here. This is one of my favorite Cuban songs. I want y'all to hear it. When I ride my bike, I play this right here and pretend like I'm in my country, Cuba. So y'all know what they're talking about. They're talking about crying black tears. Understand? I'm crying black tears right now. Aunque tú me te llames bien la tono, aunque ya. Y'all know what Cuban did you? Don't call ice on mama. Now I look every bit of Cherokee. Hey baby. Hey babes. What's wrong, baby? You stuck. Hang on, y'all, my dog stuck. I'm too big to be bending down. Yes! See! My E. And mommy, C. I'm smoking this for our spirits, y'all. For the good ones now. Safe. They blocked my people from coming in and out. Some of them got trapped down there. So I got Cuban ancestors. They were blocked. We used to go back and forth on the Alabama River down to the Gulf of Mexico, not the Gulf of America. And we got trapped. Some of us was here trapped, some of us was trapped there. We used to come back and forth and bring our goods on boats and check on our families. My dad used to bring sausages and everything up here. Yes, he did. And they blocked us. They created borders. I never forget them. I always love It's a beautiful place. Run down now. Run down. I remember when we moved off the countryside, we moved. A lot of people talk about Havana, but I lived in Santiago de Cuba. But when we go to Havana, beautiful place. Beautiful place. Deteriorated, destroyed by Fidel. Joined the communist society. Went down. What was gonna be no more.
Aunque me cueste la vida, aunque me cueste un trago de ron, contigo yo voy a tu casa a comer un pedazo de lechón. Yo no quiero comer, contigo me voy a mi
I like to do it grunt.
Se va a sentir bonito, porque mi abuela está preparando el collar y el sombrerito. Yo me quiero sufrir, con que vaquillo me voy a mi.
Okay. Lagrimas Negras. If you're interested in listening to that, okay? Well, as many of you all know, I'm of the Wisdom Tree. I live here in Alabama, right next to the Gulf of Mexico at that. I have a strong heritage of Mexico. Belize family come from Mexico. I actually have family that come from Mexico. How do I know? Because I did my ancestry with my heritage, and I did my ancestry with Ancestry.com, and most of my family members and cousins are Meso-Mexican. I did not have it in my DNA, but all of my cousins, or what have you, have Meso-Mexican in them. A lot of African in my chart. I am 90%, 91%. I'm West African. Okay, so you know, and it's good to know this, because then it'll let you know why you have an interest or a tendency to gravitate to certain things. You know what I mean? I'm from Yoruba land, and as you can see, I am the majority of me is Nigerian and Liberian. So I tend to gravitate to the Yoruba. I'm from the Yoruba tribe. Here in America, I'm from the Cherokee tribe, but I'm from the Yoruba tribe. So, you know, you got your Igbos and your Isan. So I'm Yoruban and Isan. Most of what I create looks African in nature, and it's because I'm pulling from my ancestry. Like, this is a lot of the work that I've actually created by hand or whatever. As you look at it, it looks very Africanism in nature. All of the faces of my dolls look highly Yoruban, you know. And it's y'all need to know we're actually enemies with Igbos. I had a relationship with an Igbo woman, and we just could not get along. I mean, it was like a lot of tooth pulling going on, and it is because of tribes. And sometimes people wonder why black people don't really get along. It's because we are mixtures of tribes. If you were to go to Nigerians, there would be a lot of riff-raff going on between the different tribes. They're very tribal, so it's not necessarily like they're gonna just invite us in, because, like, you know what I mean, they're very territorial when it comes to tribes. Igbos and Yorubans have been at each other's throat for a very long time, and it's true. I don't get along well with Igbos, you know what I mean, and I'm not a territorial person, but you got to realize when you're around people, you know, and a lot of the communication is not just physical, but it's also spiritual in nature, meaning that not only are you interacting with the physical being, but you're also interacting with their ancestors. You see me, I'm alone, but your senses sense something, because it is your ancestors that are alerting you to what? My ancestors. So they're communicating with each other too. That's why a lot of relationships and marriages don't last, because it's a conflict of the spirits, you know what I mean, of the ancestors' spirits. Welcome to my front porch. It's nice and warm. It feels like it's a good 80 degrees. It's kind of getting warm out here. And this is like February. What we are? We're into February 28th, I think. February 28th. Yeah. It's February 28th of 2025. Record warm temperatures. I had already told everybody that there was going to be record-breaking warm temperatures in February. I know the patterns because I studied them. I've been here 58 years. You may as well say you may as well say I'm 60 years old. I got one more year in my 50s. You know, I'll be 59, and I'm right on over in the 60s. If it's the great big mother's will, and she allows me to be here with you once again. But if not, you know, I'm definitely here with you all in spirit. You know what I mean? But, so I've been studying patterns for a good length of time. I say for the last 15 years I've been studying, and Auntie has helped me to she helped me to learn the patterns. You know, so I've taken her place. People call sometimes wanting to speak to her. Oh, that cigar just to cut my voice completely off. That was a strong, and it didn't cost much either. It's still smoking. Ancestors still smoking. Haitian woman told me you're supposed to put your mouth on the part that smoke and inhale. I can't do that. She said they do that during ritual and ceremony. Mama can't do that. Boy, that's a strong cigar, man. I don't want that brand no more. Woo! I can't handle it. I think I took off too many puffs. I'm really supposed to take them on a couple of puffs and then just keep it lit so the ancestors can come around and get a taste. I got the incense going out here and everything, y'all. But I just got so much to talk about. I've completely forgotten. But anyways, Root Dr. Davis, I've taken on my mom's name. My mama was Dr. Davis, and I'm Root Dr. Davis, okay? I am a root worker. A hoodoo woman here in Alabama. Been here in the South all my life. Never lived nowhere else. Born here. Born in Selma, Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement 58 years ago. Bloody Sunday is coming up in March in Selma for people who may want to come out to Jubilee. I might be wrong, but I know it takes place in March. So you ever in Selma, let me know. We have a temple or a church out there, a hoodoo church, you know, in Selma, Alabama. I don't like where it's still out there. That a very like burnt rubber tires, you know, like you ever smelled an 18-wheeler come through in the summer and they just, the tire go and you just smell like burnt rubber from the tire all over the place. That's the taste I'm getting from that. So if I don't like it, I know the spirits ain't gonna like it. But 1965 was Bloody Sunday. And for you all who don't know what that is, that was when people were protesting, I say a year ahead of time. They wanted to vote. And they gave them a hard time. They wanted to vote in Selma. And they gave them a hard time. They was asking stupid questions like, they have a bowl full of gumballs or bubble gums and tell them that they need to know how many gumballs was in the bowl in order to vote. They wouldn't let them count them. They had to come up with the lucky number in order to vote. And so, of course, nobody ever got it right. So that blocked them. There were some other things that they needed to do that was impossible, that kept them from voting. So they decided to protest and walk across the Edmunds Pettus Bridge. And prior to that, but in 64 they decided to do it for sure. And these cops came out, these police officers, these racist white cops came out with their billy clubs and beat them so bad, threw some of them over the river. I ain't no fool. And it was brutal until the United States government stepped in and told them that they can do it again the next year around that time. So they did it again. It's a reason why they call it March. March is the time to protest. March, and get ready now. It's going to be some big protesting this coming March. That's why they said March, because it was what? A march. You see what I mean? And so they marched again in March of 65. No, it was 65. That's when it was just brutal. No, 64 was very brutal. Y'all look it up for yourself. But in 65, that was the first annual documented protesting to vote for civil rights. Dr. Martin Luther King came and he led the march. And you can look it up online and see real footage if you like. And you can see them all joining hands, and they walked from Montgomery, Alabama, which that's where I'm at, Montgomery, Alabama, all the way to Selma, Alabama, which it's an hour drive in a car. Now, they recently had a bike drive where you could ride your bike from Montgomery to Alabama, all for civil rights. It was $265. I didn't find out too late, but even if I had known it ahead of time, y'all, my voice is just giving now from that stuff. Even if I wanted to, you know, I wouldn't. I think the bike drive should be a little cheaper than that, if not free. Or they should have took donations or what have you, or whatever. But I know they were trying to, you know, it was a drive to make money for maybe some type of nonprofit organization or whatever. So, you know, that's understandable. But we're coming around to that once again, where I think I got bit by a mosquito, y'all. Well, I mean, y'all, I have 4 blackbirds that are just standing up in my yard. I mean, they're just standing up. I don't know what they're waiting on. But those same cops in 1967 snatched me out of my mama's arms. My mother was a very young mother. She was only 22. And they deemed her neglectful. And I told y'all the story. Some people may know the story. And press 1 if you know the story. Press 1 if you know the story. Anybody know the story? Press 1. I'm hoping everybody's listening to me. Oh, okay. Okay, Gail says she remembers the story. Okay, only Gail knows the story. What? Come on now. Okay, Crystal knows the story. These are my moderators. And thanks once again for moderating. So only 2 people know. Only 2 people know the story. Hi. Somebody just said hello. I can't see you from here. Hopefully I can get up there close enough to see. Hello to you. I need my magnifying glasses on to see who that is. Okay, since it's only 2 people know the story, anyway, for a lot of you all, you don't know it, but I am an adoptee. Millicent knows, yeah. Hi, Millicent. Millicent and Crystal and Gail been here for the long haul with me. So for people who don't know, let's see. Okay, She Traveled. How you doing? Thank you for moderating too. She knows too the story. Hello. So anyway, so I was born in 1967 in Selma, Alabama. Okay. And my mom was a young mother. She had 2 prior kids that, we'll get to that. But in my situation, it was very unique because my mom was not sure who my father was. The older 2 had the same father. And he actually joined the military and sent her a monthly stipend. Per the government made sure that they got a stipend. But with me, she really didn't know who my dad was. So she didn't get anything from me. So she went to get a check. She tried to get, she went to get a welfare check, and they gave her a welfare check. I don't know how much the check was, and but she had a tendency to leave me with other people, whoever she can get to watch me. My her uncle, which is my great uncle, was concerned, so he was in a relationship with his girlfriend, and by the way, they're like in their 50s, and so he got me and he gave me to his girlfriend. Her name is Pick, that's all I know, and his name was Willie. And so Willie and Pick raised me, they had me. So they had to do, my mom was so neglectful until the state of Alabama, which was, what y'all call them CPS, I think in y'all places. Here, they call them DHR now, Department of Human Resources, watch over our children. And the place that was keeping an eye on me at the time, DHR, was called Alabama Pensions and Security. So they were keeping an eye on me, and they would come in and do welfare checks on me, and I was never there. The reason why I was never there is because I was with Pick and Willie, my great uncle. Finally, they said, if we don't see that child in there, we're going to come and take you to jail. So anyways, what had happened, she went to Pick and asked Pick to get me. She wanted me back, and Pick said no. She went and got her. Now I'm telling you just what they said. Now all this is in the records, okay, social records, and it's still there in the state of Alabama in a vault where they keep all of those things at. And so Pick got a shotgun and told her, "You're not getting my baby. I will kill you over this baby." Because she felt like my mom was not, I was not going to, she had formed a bond with me, and she just felt like my mother was not going to be able to take good care of me. And so she went and tried to tell them that she didn't have the baby because of the situation. So they told her, she would come up with all kind of excuses. She in the country, which the country was Lowndes County. She's in the country. She's here. They said, okay, I tell you what, you're going to jail today if you don't take us to where the baby was. So she went and took them to Pig's house. They said Pig came out the door with her shotgun and said, hey, look, check this out. I will blow all y'all brains out if y'all come over here near my baby. It got very dangerous. So they made her take a chance, my mama, take a chance and go up there to get me out of Pig's care. She went up there and she finally gave her the baby. So in other words, they didn't want to risk their lives because it was a standoff. So they put my mama's life in danger. So finally Pig did give her me. So when she got me, she went out there and she was screaming, I don't want y'all to take my baby. And then my uncle, my great uncle, was crying on his knees, don't take my baby, y'all, please. Because see, they didn't know where they were gonna take me. They didn't know what they was gonna do to me. And so she was on her knees. They were on their knees begging and crying, and they literally snatched me. Now this is what my family said: snatched me by my arm and tug of war with me. And when they tug of war with me and finally got me, it was a social worker that grabbed me and they took me to an orphan. And that's my story. Now, from there, my uncle cried and said, that's the only thing I got in the world. And my biological mom, when I found her in my 30s, told me that my uncle, Willie, only lived 2 weeks after that. He died of a massive heart attack because he couldn't fathom what could have happened to me. The family was like, they thought maybe they had trafficked me. They didn't know where I was. And when I came back, they forgot about me. I was forgotten about. They had moved on with their lives, even with my biological mama. And with my sisters, my 2 older sisters, what became of them is my mom. She had been through so much trauma here. She got up, she moved to Washington, D.C. She went to a school teacher's house, which they knew each other, and dropped them off at the school teacher's house and never came back. She said, I'm going to the store, I'll be back. She never came back and got them. And that's how they wound up with the school teacher. Later on, the school teacher tried to go to court and get me. She tried to get me away from my parents. My parents had done a legal adoption of me and changed my name. So there's nothing that they could do to take me from there. So it was an epic fail because the school teacher wanted to raise me with my 2 sisters and get me my legal name back, I gather. Then, later on after that, my biological mother petitioned the court to get me. She asked the 2 girls to come home because they were not legally adopted. But she had got her hands, now this is what I was told, I don't know how true it was, but she had got her hands on some money, y'all, and she tried to get custody of me back. Or she probably just was inquiring about it, I don't know. But she wanted to try to get all 3 of us back, and it was denied. The 2 girls told her no, and she wasn't able to get me. And I don't even know if she really tried to get me, but this was word. So this is me. This is who I am right now. So these parents raised me. My adopted parents raised me for 19 years in Birmingham, Alabama. So that's how I got to Birmingham, and then I came back. I came back down here to where I was supposed to be. My spirits led me back here, and then led me to buy a house in Selma, which is the temple now. And so I'm back to my roots. You see what I mean? Got in contact with my biological aunt, which is my biological mama's sister, and she taught me just about everything I know about root work and hoodoo, all of that. She taught me every single thing because she did root work. She didn't do it for people, but people would come to her and ask her little questions and stuff. And y'all see Auntie. Auntie is forever on camera here right now. So y'all see Auntie. She be talking. She's like a doctor. She tell you things. Look, y'all don't realize some of y'all, that a lot of what people are ailing from is not physical. It's the witchcraft. Doctors cannot treat witchcraft. They can only treat the physical ailment, but they ain't able to address what's going on in the spirit. If you go to the doctor about something ailing on you, and the doctor said he can't find out what it is because it's the witchcraft that people plant on folk. And you have spirits following you around. And you have spirits trapped in different places. That's what we call the roots. You got roots or the root cause. You ever heard them say, we got to get down to the root cause of this. We can treat you physically, but we need to get down to the root cause. Okay, so we go and we get ourselves treated on a physical level, but it tend to come back. You might get some relief, but it tend to come back because you haven't taken care of the root cause. Everything got a root cause. You understand what I mean? That's when you come to the what? Root doctor. Now, I'm not saying I know every single thing in the world. I'm only 58. There's some root doctors that sure enough know their shit. Some of them could be young because they grew up in it. Or some spirits chose to give them the knowledge. You understand? And then some of them are old cats. And they know a little bit of everything. My voice is getting old, y'all. Kind of notice, kind of trimming a little bit. My voice is getting very heavy because y'all got to realize I'm growing older, you know what I mean, in this thing. You understand? So, things change. Like a lot of people might say, well, you don't necessarily do the things you used to. And you ain't, somebody came on there and commented on one of my videos and said that I'm not as open as I used to be. And I'm dissing and I'm that and I'm dissing, but what you got to understand, baby, because you might be still watching, okay? I've had life experiences. And you may have known the naive, vulnerable me back in the days when I was young. I got my defenses up. See, some people can spoil a good thing. And they can spoil good people. But when people don't went through it, they don't come out the same. They come out more wise. So all you seeing now is wisdom. Folks ain't going to be able to either set me up and spoil me in 2020 when I let all of them strangers come around me. And I don't regret 1 minute of the lesson, but I had to learn that because I was a little too open. Sometimes you can be too open. You understand? So of course I ain't the same no more. I'm 58 years old, damn near 60. Now I ain't gonna invite the world back in like it used to. Folks had got comfortable with me just letting everybody in. Now you might have some folks out there that's their expertise. That ain't my expertise. I must be protected. Some people must be protected. We ain't all supposed to be just opening up our arms to everybody. Now you got folks, if that's what you want, you got people out there that do type of stuff like that. But for people like me, we supposed to be in what? Seclusion. You come in the mid of the night to come and visit people like me. You don't supposed to just feel comfortable coming. I don't supposed to be having tea parties and gatherings of the minds coming up in person around me and stuff like that. I don't supposed to have that. Once again, I'm supposed to be kept sacred. These are hollow grounds over here. And a lot of people don't understand the blessings that they have available to them. You're supposed to held me in high goddamn regard. Now, know what you say, Mama, you cussing. I sure am. I'm supposed to be held. Because, and I'm not talking about everybody got to help me like people. I ain't saying but people like y'all got to help me. If you're coming for my expertise, if you're coming to me for work, you're supposed to what? Reverend me. You don't supposed to come to me with blasphemy. And you don't supposed to come here to, it's so many different things that they do to you. You don't supposed to pervert me. You're supposed to come to be humble. I'm talking about for people who come in here seeking me for treatment. That's the way you come to me. You can't come to folks with the, I like how that, y'all gonna hear me say this a lot. There's a root worker out there, I'm sure she flying high right now, but she's got a video on YouTube, and she has an accent. Y'all might be able to find her, but she would always say, folks come to me and they have the witch of the craft on them. She says always the witch of the craft. So you'll hear me sometimes say the witch of the craft. Yeah, you come here with the witch of the craft on you. You think you gonna blaspheme me? Look, now I'm going to put this out here. Folks came to my temple and were blessed, kidney issue healed, gave credit to somebody else. And they didn't want to give credit to my spirits in my temple. And then you wonder why you get sick. See, you can't go to these root workers or go to these different spiritualists and show your ass. And then wonder why you're in and out of the hospital. You cannot blaspheme these people. They have been chosen, I don't care if you like the word or not, by some type of supernatural force to perform different feats of magic. You supposed to bow down. And you got some people that don't believe that fat meat greasy. I remember I came and I started talking about that term. That term is just all over the place. Just everybody using it. A lot of stuff I said just go viral. Look, you can't. If you go to a spiritualist and they have treated you, and you turn around and decide that you, I'm going to use that word blasphemy, that person. The spirits will destroy you. When I first came to social media, I thought arguing and going back and forth was the remedy. I would get on my channel, try to defend myself, and go back and forth with that. You don't have to. You don't have to say a word. The spirits, hello, said vengeance is mine. That's why y'all don't see me going back and forth for what? If you really trust and believe in your spirits, let them perform their work. That's why I say you can be around here fucking around with somebody, and them, they got some spirits on their hand. They may have armies and legions of spirits that will completely obliterate you. And no sense in just thinking you're going to retaliate against the person. Oh, she wrong. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. When you get your ass whooped, just bow down. When I get my ass whooped by spirits, I'm done. I tell my spirits, handle this. I'm done. I don't go out seeking trouble. For what? Even though people spy on my personal conversations, because all they need is your number, I'm satisfied. There's no one's phone number on this earth I'm interested in to spy on their Google activity, look in their galleries. None of that. It's nothing. Because I'm the author. I'm the creator. I always got something in my arsenal to do. The only people that are doing that are the people that are bored. They have nothing to do. They say they have business, but they put more interest into me than their business. If you're not offering me the information on your YouTube channel or your social medias, I have no further interest in that. Only the public stuff. If you make it public, I got a right to watch it. If it's not made public, I'm not going to any extent to invest any of my funds. I don't care if it's one nickel to sit down and listen to nobody's conversation. I got too much to do. I got dolls to make. I got a doll right now, two. Well, two of them that are long overdue. And my dolls take so much time. I have a doll right now. I've been working on that doll now for 2 months. I have a lady that got a doll, that paid her doll off a year ago. I'm still working on it. She told me today I want my doll. You know, she told me to hold up on the doll. She told me today I want my doll. So I got to start back on her doll. In addition to that, I got 4 clients waiting. How am I do all of this? I don't have time to pry nobody business. Let me see what they're doing. Let me see. Where they get the time to do that? If I had that kind of time on my hand, y'all, I have dolls all over the world. I mean, well, I do have people who bought dolls all over the world, but I'm just saying, honey, dolls be hanging from my porch and hanging from trees, everything. I'm the doll lady. But see, they can't do that. So they want to see what my magic is and how I work it or what have you. I just don't see how they do it. And they call themselves supposed to be doing this and doing that and doing it. Got all these different successful business. Where you get the time? Please explain to me. Y'all got bit by a mosquito right here. And you don't want to get bit by those lab mosquitoes because they put stuff in those lab mosquitoes. But anyway, I ain't going to talk about that because that'll get a whole video shut down and a channel. But, the Rootworker. Down south, people respond to the Rootworker. Lots of people are definitely afraid of the Rootworker. So if you don't know what a Rootworker is, Rootworkers work with herbs, minerals, the earth, with your rocks, your crystals, charms and powders. They get that root now. They get that root. It's so much I want to talk about. They get that root and root. Not now. I know a lot of people when I say root, they might be thinking the root of a plant or a root of a tree. That's not necessarily what it is. Now you can have roots. They can do roots and stuff, but just don't get it confused with just the root of that. They're looking at utilizing plants. You understand? The essence of the tree, the essence of the herb, or the essence of something. You see what I mean? It may be leaves, it may be bark. It might take bark and just get it down to a powder, chants and prayers. You understand what I mean? And then put them in the little sachet bags, or some people call them mojo bags, spirit powders. You see what I'm saying? And then they give it to the client. They might tell the client, hey, go over here and blow some here, blow some there, powder to sprinkle it down around your house and everything after they put all the different things inside of it. And then give them charms. The charms might be charms of bones from animals. Teeth from animals. Oh, it can get more sinister than that. You know what else they can use. You understand what I mean? So these are the things traditional that was done here in the South. This is a practice down here in the South. Some people call it hoodoo. It's supposed to have derived from West Africa. Hello? That's a big controversy. Some people believe we come from West Africa. Some people don't. My take on it, I feel like we were already here. before any other race was. You know, even though they tell us that these fair-skinned Indians was here first, growing up as a child, I never saw them. I do see them out there out west and stuff like that, Arizona, different places like that. But here, I ain't necessarily seen none of that. I've been here damn near 60 years old. And Auntie, 80-something years old, she said, we just ain't never seen that. The only thing we seen was black and white. You understand? Auntie said they family knew themselves as Cherokees. We been given our name by the white man. The white man said, "No, you're a Negro." He told us we was a Negro back in the day. Then he turned around and told us, after he said we was a Negro, he said that we was, you know, black, and then he said we were Afro Americans. Then now he said we African Americans. He give us a name, but we knew ourselves as the Cherokee Nation. Tall, big old people, but they gave us a name. So when we met and greeted each other, we knew you was Blackfoot, you know, Arawak, and you understand, different names like that. But he gave us a name, the Sioux Indians, and the people of the Sioux tribe, and different things like that. We knew them as Aztecs going out west. Different names. I can't even come up with the different names, but we were tribes. And we was known for the areas we lived in. Tuscaloosa was one of the biggest Cherokee Indians, okay, here in Alabama. Big old man. We come big. Like me, I stand almost 6 foot tall. Great big old show. We had big backs. Our women. And, you know, you had different type of humans. You had the pygmies here. They still here now. Those are the people who stand like 5 foot and below. They were the pygmies. And we made it with the pygmies and stuff. And, you know, and then you had just different tribal people. So we got names now based upon the color of our skin and the texture of our hair from the white man. So he technically say I'm an African American, even though I don't know, you don't know where that came from, where this so-called African came from. It came from way back when, before the white man ever came here on the Mayflower ships. We come and discovered this land long ago, before any races of beings. We're the oldest race of beings on this so-called planet of this earthly realm. Human. The oldest. We have the oldest DNA. We made our own boats and our own ships and came over here. There's no photography of any ships bringing us over here, but it is of them, not of us. They drew us. And they got all kind of backup excuses why. Oh, that was before photography. Lies. We were here first. So if anything, we came from there. We're the Moors. They discovered I got 7% North African DNA in me, according to my heritage. 7%. You understand what I mean? So we have the classic Arab appearance, most of us down south. You know what I mean? So we were the Moors. We navigated the so-called Christopher Columbus character to the Americas. But our people are paying now because what the Moors did was they were wrong. They held white people in captivity. They created them to be slaves and sex slaves. And we, as the descendants of these people, must pay. So this is why black people have had a very difficult time under slavery themselves. Because you got to pay for what your ancestors did. See what I mean? So, yeah. So, it is said that we brought these practices with us, but no, all over the world, black people was all over the world before any other race of beings came. All over the world. Everywhere. Australia, England, black folks was everywhere. You understand? All here in the Americas. All down in Mexico. You can find people look just like me in Mexico. I have Mexican cousins. And I know they're looking for the DNA of the white Mexican and not necessarily the DNA of the black. Everybody black, they're going to all say that we what? African. And that's not true. You know what I mean? Very distance. Like I said, you go in the 1800s, and I look at my census, and in the census, it still say that my family, all the way up to the 1800s, was here in the Americas. And the only African cousins I found was the ones Auntie hooked me up with in Detroit, Michigan and everything. I don't see them in the tree. They're related to us. It's the opposite of what they told y'all it was. They're related to us. Do you see what I mean? So these practices and stuff like this, we've been doing this before they showed up. All of these different West African practices, they call it West African practice. All of this right here was actually original to this earthly realm. All of this. The Yorubans' religion of Ishu, well, Ishu, Ilegwa, even in Voodoo, Legba, and Oya, which is also, they say it's Ifa. Santeria is a spinoff of Ifa. These are what you call, how can I put it? They're not in one specific location. They are global, if you want to say it's round, or they're just a part of the earthly realm in general. You can't escape it, no matter where you go on the earthly realm, which I believe this is a realm that is endless. I don't believe in just this round thing and that's all to this place. Science can never tell you what's all to this place. There's a lot of bizarre things going on that scientists cannot explain. Even the witchcraft cannot be explained. To be closed-minded is to be trapped in a circle. You understand? To be open-minded is to be in a broad spectrum of a round. Meaning that anything can happen. But if you're in a circle, nothing can happen outside of that circle. You're trapped. That's why they want to believe that they want to tell you the earth is round, because they don't want to have to explain anything else that they cannot do to experiment on or come to a hypothesis on and a conclusion on, because they can't grasp it. They can't grasp spirituality. But this place is definitely spiritual. Hello? Everything has a root spiritual cause for it. A microscope can't explain it. A telescope, binoculars. None of that can be explained. So these practices are a part of the earth. Everything, the witch of the craft is a part of the earth. The root, a part of the earth. Anything supernatural is a part of the earthly realm. Because it ain't just the earthly realm you're dealing with. You're dealing with invisible forces. You see what I mean? So going back to the root work, and when you're dealing with root, a lot of, like I said, down south, a lot of people are afraid of root workers. You can't say, well, I'm going to a witch, the witch down the street. Now, you can't really, you got to be careful with that, because people here are scared of witches. And they'll try to come and find a way to destroy you. If you can't just say, hey, look, I'm a witch. And down here, you know, everybody's power is equally matched, no matter what color they is. It could be somebody white, their powers is just as strong. I'm just talking about the South down here. I don't know nothing about nothing else. You know, I know because I'm looking at a witch right now down the street. She got on a red shirt. You cannot assume that because somebody is of a different race, they won't fuck you up. These white people down here are more involved in this witch of the craft, the root worker, More than black people go down here. Black folks are so scared because they whooped and beat them and hung them from trees and dug all kind of holes and buried them alive, just all type of stuff. Black people here scared. So they're not going to openly say they're going to seek out a witch to get something done or something other like that. It's a secret. Basically, what they do, black folks really go to the church and have somebody to pray. So I gotta explain this because we got a lot of folk coming from out west, and probably some other places too. They come here and think they're gonna change the way these people think here, and you can't. You can't change the ways of people here, like with the witch thing. You know, witches can survive here too, and witches got just as much rights and all that. People really look at you like you're crazy. So you can't say that you a witch and you perform a witchcraft because you're gonna get attacked more. That's why y'all don't hear me really claiming witch. You know what I mean? People here do not think I'm a witch. I came here in the beginning calling myself a witch because that's all I knew to associate it with, witches. You understand what I mean? And the kids used to call me a witch in school, so I just said, oh, I'm a witch. I do believe to some extent, secretly, we are witches. But I don't think that's anything that we're supposed to necessarily be broadcasting. So you don't, down south, you don't necessarily want to broadcast yourself there because you're going to get a lot of people who are going to just kind of look at you weird or start praying against you. So a lot of these people going around here saying that they're witches and stuff, and they're starting to have truly some problems and negativity and stuff you're getting that because people are scared of you. Y'all, I have a pizza candle next to me, and damn it if it don't smell good. It is right here. I can't touch it because it's hot. I have a pizza candle. And I keep on saying, damn, this don't smell good. I want me a slice of pizza. I forgot I got the pizza candle out here. Ooh, y'all, it smell good. Go out there and get y'all. Y'all better get y'all one. Get y'all a pizza candle. A pizza candle. P-I-Z-Z-A. Pizza candle. They got all kinds. They got French fry candles, Coca-Cola candles, all that type of stuff out there. So, how do you move in the South? Because everybody's coming here now. We're in a whole new, damn, that candle smells so goddamn good. I smell the pepperonis on it. We're in a whole new realm of consciousness where a lot of people all over the entire earthly realm, their consciousness is going back to the days of old, to ancient times. We're going back to ancient times. So for a lot of you all, you might, tend to be fascinated with ancient old statues and Corinthian columns and capitals and, you know what I mean, ruins of old Grecian architecture and stuff. It's being planted into your conscious from a higher level cosmic experience. You know what I mean? It's coming back. The ancestors, the ancients, they're coming back to take over and reclaim the land. And so these powers that be, who are anti-nature, anti-change, all of these different things, are at war in the spiritual realm with these beings, and they're being slaughtered. I mean, they're hoping that their technology is going to save them, but mud flooding is coming. You know what I mean? Where the earth is going to have layers and layers and layers of mud flood. You know, like this house won't exist, and so many, ain't no telling, because mud is going to cover up everything, so it could be what? A whole new change. And in addition to the mud flooding and the water flooding that's coming to just erase everything so we can start back scratch. Okay, so that's why, like, higher elevations for humans that will make this, and this is what this whole Noah's Ark story was all about. Saving themselves. They will go to caves on higher elevations, mountains and things of that nature, you know, because like it's coming. Mud flooding is coming. It's only a little bit time left. On a little bit. So as the temperatures began to get hotter, and they call it global warming and pole shifting. There's no such thing as pole shifting, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. No poles are gonna shift. You're on a flat plane of existence that extends far beyond man or woman's imagination. See, poles, you're gonna think of something round, pole here, pole there, or something like that, or whatever. But you know, this place is a vast existence. There aren't any poles. What is being experienced right now, I can only talk about the southern plain, but I got a feeling that even places like Mount Everest will begin to melt eventually, just like your North Pole. They call it North Pole, South Pole, which I don't believe in poles. The Arctics, the Antarctic, the Arctics will begin to melt, and walls will come down, like the ice walls. These things are gonna come down because what is going on right now, just people's consciousness shifting, which is caused by some cosmic dynamics, is going to affect what? The environment. It's going to warm things up. As this warm up comes, this warm up trend comes, the mind is going to begin to go back to thinking like the ancient times, those times way beyond our comprehension. Things of the mindset is going back to that. It's going back to a tropical existence, and some places scorching hot. Ain't no telling how hot they will be. Places will be turned into deserts. Deserts turn to lush tropical places. This is where we're going. And the technology will fail. Like right now, they're cutting down all the trees. You can hear them. They're coming to my yard to cut my trees down, because what they're going to do is put these 90-foot poles in our yards, which are very hazardous to the health. They're going to put these 90-foot poles up. Matter of fact, I'm looking at a state, and I heard Mr. Wood talking to Alabama Power. I said, whoa, y'all didn't tell us that pole was going to go right there. What they did, they bought up a portion of our land, forced us to sell a portion of our land. All of us up and down the street, and it's going to be from here, they claim, all the way to Pelham, Alabama, which Pelham is about an hour and a half, 2 hours from us. But this thing is all over the United States. They're doing this everywhere in the South, because they need help controlling the heat. So much heat is coming from the Gulf Stream, which they want to change the name of it to the Gulf of America. You know, it's a lot of stuff that goes into that. They want to own the Gulf and call it the Gulf of America. Do y'all hear me? Because what they plan on doing is trying to find a way to claim the territory, like the Panama Canal. They want to claim the Panama Canal. And Panama said, we're fighting back, because down there's where the heat come from. The heat that they're battling, they're trying to stay alive. These reptilians are trying to continue to exist in atmospheres that no longer desire a certain group of animals, insects, forestry, vegetation, or humans. And people need to know, humans are animals. I don't care what nobody says. Humans are the lowest level of animals in this earthly realm. Humans are animals. And they're very savage and destructive, because they go against what? Nature. Everything is naturally and equally balanced. But when a human, you understand, comes in the midst, that's when it becomes off balance. And the main human that sets the ecosystem off balance is the reptilian. Did y'all hear me? He goes and cut down trees, dries up swamps, kill different animals and humans, all for his own selfish what? Greed. They're finna go. Adios, amigos. So now they want to put these poles up. These poles, 90-foot poles, and different towers, because they're getting ready to put a great big old tower down that street. Is going to help facilitate the weather machines. I don't care what nobody say. A lot of folks say, I don't believe in no weather machine. You don't believe in it when you start shoveling snow in the south, because it's coming. They don't know anything else to do but to what? Make these incredible machines to throw out so much wind until they're going to knock down houses. Houses coming down. The insurance company ain't going to pay for it. We ain't going to be incredible. Woo! You talking about tree. Now, y'all heard of me. Because, see, what I am, I'm deeply embedded in the cycles of the atmosphere here in the South. Only thing I know here in the South when it comes to the weather, things of that nature. But it's one of the gifts that was passed down from my family auntie to me. So I can pretty much tell you, I can predict this weather. I told y'all, I said, February was going to be one of the warmest. We had one cold week, but all this wasn't nothing but heat. This warm. Them poles, man, I got something on my mind and I'm going to forget it. Them poles is going to feed the machine. Texas gonna get it, cause you got some heat stream coming up from Mexico on up. We got some heat streams here coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. So when the heat comes up here, it's traveling, and before them reptilians die, they gonna have the machine. The machine gonna be massive. They gonna just throw out wind like they don't care if your house blow down. They don't care if the trees all have to fucking come down. Shit, they gonna cut them down. They gonna throw out artificial snow. Cause they study. Now while you around here trying to see how you gonna get your bills paid, stop worrying about how you gonna get your bills paid. Quit your jobs. Stop worrying about it. It's over. And I know y'all said, Mom, it's easier said for you than done. And then it's said than done. I understand, but what I mean about when I say quit your jobs, quit worrying about it. That's what I mean. Like they firing all these folks who work for the government and all that. Just get it off your mind, because it's a process that has to happen, because in the end it's going to backfire on them anyways. They're trying to, they don't realize there's a spiritual ramification is involved in this. It's part of the spiritual war to put everybody at a situation where they're losing their jobs, leaving their jobs. It's going to put you in a self-sufficiency mode. They're going to help facilitate people going back to what? The old ways. And they don't even know it. They're playing the game without knowing that their own plan is not going to work for them. So people will begin to disregard the government. There's not going to be any money to feed into these weather machines that's going to give them the weather. So they have to come up with the money on their own. And with a whole bunch of people, the masses not participating in the government, there's no funding. You're turning a nation against you. So once again, where is the funding going to come from? Where's the participation going to come from? You're putting yourself in a situation where you are going to be defenseless United States government with no allies. And that will be the end of your regime. But they're hoping that opening up all of these different smart cities based upon social credit scores is going to save this situation. And it's not. It's going to be a part of the demise of the United States. That's why now they want Canada. They're hoping that they can get Mexico. They want to dominate the whole entire, just everything, so they can utilize these. They want to turn Mexico into a cold place so they can stop the Gulf Stream. You know, the Gulf Stream comes from there. It comes from down there. So if we can get our hands on Mexico, we get them to, we can take this country over. We can put our big poles all over North America and down there, whatever they call it down there, where Mexico is. They want the poles in Canada. They want the poles in Mexico. They want the poles here. They want to get the islands to participate so they can save themselves. They're desperate. And Spirit already said, the spirit of consciousness that owns the realm of whatever this earthly place is, said no. This is going to fail. The weather machines are going to fail here. So they want to take Mexico, the United States, and Canada, and form it into a union. One big, huge union. And a great dictator. You know, I've been reading up on this, and these videos have been up here on YouTube since 2008. I used to watch them. And now it's all coming into fruition. They're hoping in the next 40 years that that this becomes a union. Once again, all of these three countries combined. And that they can have these smart cities that we talked about, all from Canada all the way to Mexico. And this be one great winter land. It's not going to happen. And they're hoping that in the next 40 years, it'll be all up and running. They don't want sunlight and sunshine. It's the sun is their enemy. It ages them. They want to live forever. They don't want a wrinkle. You know, they don't want a wrinkle. They don't want Father Time to do what it do. So they're trying to come up with whatever they can to battle the sun. So they're thinking, well, the machines is going to be the ultimate way to fix this situation. Because we got upwards to almost 100 and some damn degrees, like 105, 110 this past summer. They expect for it to be even hotter this summer. So these machines are going to start operating year-round. If they could have snow year-round, they would. We don't know what their sinister plans is with these weather machines, these new high-tech weather machines that are going to go up pretty soon. You don't know. Shit, they might want this place to look like Mount Everest. Once again, Mount Everest is going to melt. No matter what kind of machines they got operating on the Antarctic, the Arctic, they're going to fail. Every weather machine is going to fail. Y'all heard it from me. And we're talking about drastically. We're not talking about in the next 10 or 20 years. We're talking about now. They got their machines operating on the Antarctic too to try to keep that place cold. It's an epic fail because you can't win a battle with the sun. If you didn't know it, I'm here to tell you. I remember we had a social science instructor. I forgot what that man's name was. He was a white man. And you could tell he had plenty of melanin because he had black beard. He kept a black beard. His breath was just smelled like total cigarettes and coffee. You could tell he just really binged on it a lot. He had thick black hair. Kind of reminds me of what that man name was for the same for the Doobie Brothers. But anyway, y'all know who I'm trying to. I'm talking about one of them Doobie Brother guys, Michael McDonald. I think that's what it was. He kind of looked like him a little bit. Had a lot of soul. And he said one day it's gonna get so fucking hot here until they're gonna have to put us under a glass bubble, or you gonna have to have a sun suit to come outside. And that man knew what he was talking about. He was a very intuitive man. He warned us. I have a little glue on my little lens up there. He tried to warn us that it was coming. He tried to warn us. Which brings me back to this: don't buy no new house. Do not buy a new built house. They made out of nothing. The insurance companies are gonna bail on you. If you buy a house, buy one that was built when they were building houses. Don't buy no house that was built in 2020, 2017, 2018. Them houses need to be built at least in the 1960s. This man did a video. He was a constructor. He said, I want you to see what your house is built out. It's built out of foam. Then he showed the drywall, and he showed the USB, or I think US, whatever it is, that which ain't nothing but a flat piece of wood, and then the brick that went there. He said, this, yeah, the wind can knock this down so easy. And with all, I'm talking about down south, with all this tornadic activity going on, cause it's gonna be a tornado. First week in March or after, it's gonna be a real terrible tornado down south. Cause when it get real warm like this, they gotta create what? Like people be wondering, how you know when it's gonna be a tornado? There's two ways I know. Either a locust gonna come and land on me. It just come and perch on my knee, or perch in my house, or perch on my dashboard. I don't know what. Or I can hear still calmness in the air. It feels very unstable. Don't know wind blow, don't nothing move. I said it's gonna be a tornado. Now, or really the third way, I just know that if it's warm in the winter, a tornado proceed. Because what they do, if they introduce that cold weather to that heat coming up from the Gulf Stream, and when you put the two of them together, you get twisters. And you got different kind of twisters. You got the twisters that form a twist, you can see them. And then you got invisible twisters. All you can see, now we get invisible twisters, all you just see is just nothing. They're just nothing, it just look chaotic. But then you got the twisters and stuff like that be out west that they just do this here like funnel cloud. You can see them coming from out the sky and everything. We got one coming, y'all. It's too hot. It's too hot. Now, what I wanted to tell y'all is this. For y'all who fixing to get ready to start doing, I'm only talking about zone 8. I'm only talking about down here where I'm at in the south. I can't speak for nobody else. If you living in Georgia, if you living in Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, Louisiana, and Texas. I'm talking y'all in Arkansas. I be forgetting to put Arkansas in there. If you look at it, there's some pretty cheap land out there in Arkansas, man. If I had family out there, shit, I'd be trying to get me something out there too. The cheapest houses in the United States is in Arkansas. If I could, I'd go out there and get me some. I'm like, damn, look how cheap this is. I wouldn't mind living out here. But if you want to grow this year, for people who say, like right now, what's important to me? Corn. I want to grow corn real, real bad. I love to grow corn, but I ain't grown corn in 10 years. So I'm determined to grow some corn. If you like me, and you want to grow corn, because I was trying to tell somebody who was trying to grow some corn outside the season, I told them, baby, it's too late, and everybody jumped on me in the comment section and stuff like that. But I was just trying to give a helpful tip. If you try to grow some corn, you have to grow that corn now. Now, today, while it's warm. Only these zones I'm talking about. Zone 8. You need to go ahead now. Start tilling up your grass. Corn has to go in the ground. All this stuff about growing corn in containers and stuff, that's cool and everything, but the right, proper way to grow corn is straight through the soil. Only thing about it, like in my situation, I have to deal with flooding. It might flood here. Go ahead and start tilling up your ground, because I'm hoping that Saturday I am tilling my ground. Get you some 13, 13, 13 or some 10, 10, 10. Because it's high nitrogen. Corn needs a lot of nitrogen. If you got soil that is nitrogen depleted, corn is not going to grow in that. Okay? There's a fly over there. Go and start plowing your sections. Plowing them, plowing them, plowing them, plowing them. Make sure they safe from rabbits. Because, see, I got to get a fence. I'm going to go today and try to get me a little fence to fence off the rabbits. Because, like, once they start popping up, my rabbits, these jackrabbits come over here and start feasting on. So you want to have your little net. I'm going to stake me some net right there. So the birds can't get my corn up. And the rabbits can't get them. Then after I do that, then you want to do that. And after you done added your 13, 13, 13, and you got your soil prepared, like whatever you want or whatever. You know, now you want to put some of this top, what they call this stuff? Potting mix. You can't hardly buy dirt no more in soil. Be careful what you buy, because I just bought what you call some potting mix. I want to show y'all this. And I tried to grow something in it. You can't grow nothing in potting mix. Because it ain't got what? Ain't got no dirt or no soil in it. So it's just a mix. You got to add your dirt to it. Or find some dirt. Because I tried to grow something in it. And ain't shit grown. Ain't nothing to grab on to. Okay, but anyway. Now it's time. Get you plenty of corn. Because some of them might not come up. Kernels, and just go ahead on and sprinkle them and then lay some dirt and put your net across it. The net is going to keep the birds from eating them, because crows will come. After you put everything in there, they'll pluck them up and they'll eat it. You know what I mean? And corn is very, very expensive. I love corn straight off the cob, so I've been obsessing over it and preparing my mind to get it on the ground. I got to have some corn. I got to have some corn. I love the white corn. I like the yellow sweet corn. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Everybody's starting to get their ground prepared and everything. Don't wait till the day of Good Friday. Now is the time to go ahead and start preparing your grounds or your plants. Like you gonna do your stuff and plant things or whatever. Greenhouse. I don't know what you're gonna do. Now it's time. And actually, it's really too late. Really. Look, so you want to go ahead and do that. Now, if you don't get that corn in the ground between today and the first week of March, it's a wrap. You're late. Because it's like when it comes to corn, it's a window. Your corn and your sunflowers. They go hand in hand. So go ahead and put your sunflowers out. You know, like you want the mammoth. I used to have mammoth sunflowers. If you don't do it this weekend, or you can probably do it next weekend, it's over. It's over. Because they respond to the atmosphere, the climate. Corn harvest 4th of July. So if you started your corn, it takes 90 days for corn to mature. 90 days. That means it needs a long growing cycle. Make sure I'm right. Or 120 days. March to April, May, June, July. So that is what? 120 days. So, damn, that candle smell good. You get to harvest in July. Your corn needed 120 days. Corn cannot grow properly after that. It's a wrap. Corn actually burns itself up. What the hell? They raising the dragons from the ground. So I wanted to give y'all that tip. Okay. Sunflowers might do you some good because some people will get their sunflowers and they need a long growing season too. They'll get them in they'll harvest those sunflower discs which have the seeds in it right around the 4th of July. Some people will actually plant them a little later so they can have them harvested, the harvesting time around Halloween. Mm-hmm. If you like big huge sunflowers, go with the Mama Russian sunflowers. They get pretty tall and big, but they need water every single day if you really want them to put out those huge discs. Water them every single day because like down here where I'm at in the south, they'll drought you from May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You get 8 months of drought. Get your sprinkling systems if you don't want to just stand up and water. I'm doing that now. I lost all my azaleas because I wasn't getting out watering. So we're talking about $500 worth of damage. So if you really a gardener and you really want to have a beautiful season, you're going to have to put an irrigation system up. I got 2 additions, like I'm gonna add my little angel trumpets in the mix and stuff, so you know, damn, this piece of candle smell good. Damn, how do you do that? Now I guess I'll make my own pizza because it's got to be good. Damn it, it got to taste like that. That candle right there. Let me let y'all see it. And they ain't selling them no more. This was something seasonal. Shit, I can't touch that shit. I got to try to see if I can order that offline. Did y'all see it over there? See that? Zoom in on that. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you all, this is a handy way of growing for people who want to start out real small. You can do this. You can do, ain't nothing in here growing, y'all. Not a damn thing. And this soil don't look too bad. So what I put in here takes a long time to grow. So you might want to just get you some growing beds. And I'm going to show y'all what all of that is for the people who really want to. Press 1 if you really want to be able to grow, you know, something this year or have your own garden. Press 1. I'm looking at the chat, y'all. Press 1 if you really want your own garden this year. Press 1. Press 1. Okay. Hey, Millicent. Okay, Millicent. Okay, this is all the reason for me to do this video because if didn't nobody press 1, then I'm like, I'm just wasting my time. But I want to show y'all. Press 2 if you want me to give you all an idea of how to do this. Press 2 if you all want me to give you an idea of how to get this started. Okay, Rod, hang on a minute. Let me get up. Let this old granny get up now, okay? I done got stiff. Oh, Lord. That's going around on the other side of the house.
Oh, back.
Yes. I'm back. Y'all ain't leave me, did you? Mr. Wheeler trying to sing.
Hey, you know we got a storm coming.
I just got to telling them something coming.
You did?
Oh, when the storm coming?
I think Tuesday.
I knew it.
Kind of changed, it ain't gonna be warm like this.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I got to hurry up and get my seeds in the ground Saturday, tomorrow. Cause I got to have some corn this year.
We got somewhere to put them on.
Well, now I'm doing a video. Tell them, hey, Mr. Will.
Hey, Mr.
I'm dehydrated, y'all. Severely dehydrated.
Again. He told me somebody gonna come on here. They ain't been out here yet.
Who?
You know the people. They're gonna mark those, or what you call them.
It'd be good if you could ask them to cut that tree part down.
Now, you know they ain't going past that.
Now, what is so-called man that supposed to
I called him man twice. He ain't called me back.
Because he know you too far off. He don't want to come out.
Well, he told me he'd come out this way. He said he'd come
was
back
lying.
this way.
That's why he's not answering you.
So I get somebody else. I'll find somebody.
Okay, y'all. So here I am. I'm back. Let me get my phone out the sun because it'll tend to overheat. So, yeah, your phones will overheat, y'all. So you got to get it out of the heat. They'll catch on fire. Okay, so I wanted to show you all what I'm doing. Hang on. Woo. Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go. So, get your bottles. And I got a bottle. What I do, I keep my bottle. So, what this is going to be is a greenhouse. So, if you live in climates that are very cold, this is going to be a lifesaver, okay? If you live in areas like me where it gets cold sometimes it's not cold or whatever, you still can use this, okay? So like some people live in some very extremely cold temperatures. This will get your seeds going. Okay, so first of all, I'm cutting this off. Did I come out the door with the stuff? Okay, so I'm gonna cut this off. If you want to wash yours, that's fine. And sterilize it with it. You want to do that, that's fine. You know, sometimes you can have fungus in the soil. So some people put hot water on their soil. But I don't want to get too far ahead of you all. Hang on. So all I'm doing is just taking this off. That's all. I'm just taking this off. So you got your bottle. I want y'all to start simple in a bottle. But for you all who have been doing this for a minute, you might want to do it in a jug. Tomorrow, if it's the Lord's will, I'll probably do it in a jug. So I'm gonna take about this much off of this right here. Look at it. Okay. So I'm gonna do this here. It's a shame I got to help the people that don't like me so they can go there and show it on their channel and do it too. Isn't that so? Well, you don't want to cut yourself. So put this on the surface and then do it so you won't wind up stabbing yourself in the leg. I don't want to see nobody get hurt. Okay, so now I punctured a little slice mark here with my scissors. So I'm going to take my scissors. I mean, not my scissors, with my knife. I'm going to take and stick this in that little punctured area. Dang, I ain't got no tape. I got to have some tape too, y'all. Hang on. Hang on, y'all. Let me go and run and get my tape. This is a pretty thick bottle. Oh, thick. Okay, now I'm not going to cut all of it off. I just cut enough off so I can move it around. You know what I mean? I changed my mind. I think I want to cut it all off. Let me see. It depends. You can use this like a little hinge. Okay. Because what you're going to do is get your clear tape or your gray tape and tape this up. Because it got to be a greenhouse effect where the heat can get trapped. If you leave it open, then the heat can't trap itself in. Once that heat is trapped in here, it's also going to become a watering system. The heat is going to cause condensation and keep your plants watered on the inside, okay? So now, I got this soil, and I don't recommend it to be used as your only source. It's not soil. It's called potting mix plus fertilizer. I just don't feel like it is going to be a good soil without adding something to it. Because it's not soil. Because it don't say it's soil. I want to show it to y'all, but I can't move the camera. It has a mulchy consistency. This ain't going to grow nothing. It's just mulch. However, y'all look that up and see how to make your own soil up. That's a little bit of soil in there. They got some like coconut in there for good drainage. Perlite, vermiculite. Vermiculite is those little green balls, and peat moss. And see, I added peat moss to that. See. So you got a good blend. If you can blend your peat moss in it. And every plant is different. Every plant don't like that. Like cactus is like a certain type of mix. But I for what we're going to do, I say a good peat moss with perlite. And those little white things, they grab moisture because you don't want everything too wet. You want everything well drained. And I'll get some soil from the temple because it's black dirt. Or I dig up some dirt right here. And just mix all of that together to get me a nice consistency of a good blend. You know what I mean? So, this is something I mixed up. I want y'all to see that. See the vermiculite, those little balls? I know y'all can't see that. But anyway, so once you do that, you're going to flip this. I'm sorry. Before you can do this, you got to puncture some holes in here because water has to drain. If the water don't drain, you're going to drown your seed. So I forgot that I have to do that. You can, don't do this, but you want to make holes. Look at it. Look. I'm going to see if this shit going to work. Oh, it don't work. See, I made a hole in there. I took a flame and put it on the stick. Don't do nothing stupid like me. You want to have like a solder iron or something like that to poke holes in that. Can y'all see that? See that? Look. See, like if you got something hot, like a hot metal stick, small little metal stick, this will work perfect for you. Dang, it worked in the beginning, it's not working now. But if you can't do this, because my little thing is in the house, I'm just trying to do things the slick way. Be careful with your knife and just do holes in it. Watch this. Because you got to drain the water, you know. Because it's going to get to a point where you're going to have to drain water from your plant. Your plant got to be able to drain the water, you know. Okay. Okay, so Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so look, this is what I did. I just took my knife and punctured holes all the way around. So when it gets to the point, once your plants start growing, you can cut this off and you start adding water to it. It won't overflow with water. They'll drain out of the holes. Okay, so now you got that going. Now what I'm doing now, I'm just adding the soil to the bottom of this. You can't see me doing it, but y'all get what I'm trying to do. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. Y'all know. Okay. It makes a mess, so I would suggest you do it outside unless you got a greenhouse with tables. And if you got a greenhouse with tables, that works even better. I just take my hands and I like to get the soil in my hands. That's why y'all see me with my dirty nails, because I don't mind getting my nails dirty. Some people say it's best to put soap in your nails so you won't have like worm eggs in your hand. I mean, in your nails that you eat, and then you start hatching worms in your intestine. So be mindful of that, that if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it, which I got soil in my nails, you want to make sure that you wash your nails clean and thoroughly before you really put your hands in your mouth, so you won't develop worms, okay? Or just get you a shot of whiskey. Whiskey kill worms, but I ain't getting out no medical advice, disclaimer, because that's not what YouTube wants us to do. So just keep your hands wiped clean, okay? I want y'all to see a little small piece of vermiculite. You see that little ball? That's fertilizer. It's like a fertilizer. And I have my other little stuff here. Hang on, y'all. Oh, I don't have I thought I had my other little stuff now. I don't. Get you some Miracle Grow plant food. If you're gonna do some plant food, you wanna be careful with that now, because that'll burn your stuff up. Hang on, y'all. Here's your plant food. Okay. Here's your plant food. This is gonna help get your plants a head start. Mine is messed up because it has water in it. Somebody got the hose pipe on the front porch and they went to town. That does not mean it's over, because you can still use it. This thing got hard. You can still use it. But I wouldn't use no more than a little bit. Like, this is a spoonful. I put that in my mix, which I've already did that, but I need to do that for y'all, and everything. I like a spoonful of this right here too. Not to a whole plant, not to this. It'll kill it. Fertilizer will burn up your plant. Not to this. It already has to be pre-mixed in something as large as this. Full of soil. Okay? Now I'm just taking my hands, mixing it a little bit, and adding to this that I already have. Okay? Or you get those little fertilizer sticks. But you can put them in your house plants, but you can put it here in your planter if you want to. A little how I got some of those too. I don't know where they are. Oh shit. So you can stick that over there to the side, but don't put it right near your seeds. It's just planted to the side once you finish getting your soil prepared. Okay, so now the soil is prepared. You want to go ahead and add you some water to this, and I'm going to use some of the water I drank. It ain't gonna hurt it. You know, for people like, oh my God, she's doing that? Yeah. Wait till you put it outside. Anything can urinate on it or anything. So don't be scared of using something you drink out of. You gonna eat it, ain't you? It gonna go in your body? Okay, so dang, I want to give y'all more water. Ain't have nothing left. So you want to keep on adding water to that until water come up out the hose. I need to go in there and get me a jug of water. Cause this is going to be turned into a greenhouse, y'all. Okay, so, God dang, what all does it take? Good ass soil. Look at that good ass soil. Look at that good ass soil. That soil look good, man. This soil look good. It look good. Good stuff, man. Birds. Look, see? See that water dripping off there? See that? See that? The water dripping. So, that means, because you want your water, if you overwater, see, you want the water to come out. Because if it don't, then you're going to grow some fungus on top. You don't want too much fluid in here. You want it to be. So I'm squeezing out all that extra fluid. Okay. Okay. Got a very good mix. Now, what am I going to choose to grow? I got my seed bags here. It's a house dress, so you can pat your water off. Don't put your nice clothes on and do this. That ain't gonna be good. Now, for a lot of you, if you're in a colder climate, lettuce will be a good place to start this. Lettuce seeds will be good for you. For us, it's getting a little too warm. Lettuce don't grow too well when it starts getting hot. I'm not gonna recommend that. I want to, squash is real forgiving, so you grow this directly from the soil. But let's put it like this. I want you to do, you go, okay, we got squash. Press 1 if you want to do herbs, and press 2 if you want to do a vegetable. Press 3 if you want to do a flower. I think I've chosen what I'm going to do. Y'all, I decided to do the basil. Basil is so easy to grow. It is so forgiving of any kind of soil condition. Just don't try to grow it in no sand, because it ain't going to do nothing. Basil. It smells so beautiful. It goes great in salads. It goes great in soups. And it gets rid of the witch of the craft. We're talking about how good it is in taste. But let's talk about its medicinal and its magical properties. Okay? Medicinally, this is good in vitamins for your body. It's great for pulling toxins out and helping you to shit when you're constipated. Go for your basil. Let's talk about that holy basil. And that's what I'm smelling like, some basil in this too, because people put basil on pizzas and stuff too. Y'all didn't know that. But on a magical property wise, it drives away evil spirits. So what I like to do is right around harvesting time, around fall, because that's when most of your harvesting occurs. Really occurs anywhere from, it depends on what the plant is. Like harvest time is either around 4th of July all the way out to Halloween. Okay, so your basil, we hang these up in the house. You know, we cut them, we string them, or we hang them in a dried area like sunny window, and then dry it out. And then, you know, after you've washed it, and once it dries out real good, then you can do whatever you want to do. You can powder it down by using your pestle. You use a pestle. Some people actually use their ninjas to do it. You know, you know what you do. When you hang these in your houses, when they become mature, oh my goodness, you talking about one of the most beautifulest smells. My chat is not moving. My chat's not moving. It's not. Let me see what's going on. Let me look at my chat, y'all. It's not moving. Because I know some people have said something, because I asked a question. You want me to do flowers, herbs? And I haven't gotten any feedback. So I need to go in here and look at my chat this way. Oh, everybody else still interacting. Okay. Okay, so I'm so confused. I don't forgot what. Okay, please tell me when I say one. What did I say for one? Hey, No Sheeple. Hey, Milson. Hey, Simply Kilo. Hey, Carbon 12. What did I say one was for? One was for what? Y'all got to remind me what 1, 2, and 3 is. I said plant. Okay, 1 is for what? Hello? Anybody out there? Shit, I keep on messing up. 1 is for what? 2 is for what? 3 is for what? Oh, thank you, Gail. Okay. So for the people who want to do herbs, I want y'all to do, we're going to do basil. There are different basils. You got purple basil, which tastes beautiful, meaning the leaves are going to be purple. You got the holy basil. It's just so many different kinds. This one is called the Basil Genovese, what I have. And it's by a company called Burpee. It's $1.96. You got the round basil leaves, you got the pointed basil leaves, and you got the purple basil leaves. And it could just be even so many more. You cannot go wrong growing basil. Basil is going to give you a show every time. Only thing I have to warn you though, you have to water basil. It needs lots and lots of water. Please don't forget to water your basil. Okay, so vegetables. With the vegetable, we're going to plant eggplant. I don't know, eggplant might be too hard for everybody. I think everybody's pretty much novice. I think you grow, don't you, Gail? But you're a grower, ain't you? Some of y'all are grower. Press 9 if you're a grower. If you already started to growing stuff and you kind of got an idea, okay? Press 5 if you're a novice and this is all new to you. Okay, so She Travel is a novice. Gail is a planter. Okay, so let me see. For people who are a novice, okay, now she traveled, you was telling me did you tell me what you wanted to plant? You wanted to plant a herb, a vegetable, or a flower? Okay, so you want to do an herb. Okay, well, basil is going to be your thing. Now, I said now, for people who haven't planted and they really don't know what's going on, I'm going to recommend that you plant a squash. A squash. If you know about this, then I'm going to recommend an eggplant. Now, the reason why I said it is because eggplants are very tiny. They're very teeny weeny and they're very, very finicky. And if you're going to do that, really and truly, you need to have like little pockets, seed pockets. Hang on, I got some other stuff I need to show y'all. Hang on, y'all. Because I'm behind. I need to really get these things growing. Man, that damn camera smells so good. I can smell the bready part, the sauce, the pepperoni, all of them different things speaking to my sinuses. Look, I got this off TikTok shop. And it ain't but $32. And it helps you to get everything growing inside your house. So, really and truly, this is like one of the second safest places to grow tiny, tiny seeds. Some of your tiniest seeds are like foxgloves, tomatoes, eggplant, and it's many, many more. I mean, like, just so teeny, you like, golly. You want to grow them. For people who just don't know what's going on, you want to grow them in those little round pods. You just add water to it, and then you just drop them in a little pod, and then they'll just come up. It has the correct soil mixture, because seeds are finicky. The soil has to be just right for them, or they're not going to do anything. They're not going to perform. So with this, and by the way, these are some garlics that I had left in the refrigerator too long. And so then I already started sprouting. So I'm going to put these in like planter bags. I'll let y'all see me plant these in some planter bags and stuff, so I can have like plenty of fresh garlic growing in the yard. You see what I mean? Okay. So I'm going to take this off. I don't have to worry about the birds grabbing the garlic. Well, I'm not going to take these out because it's too many to take out. But I'm going to show y'all my grow bags one day. Okay, so I got this here from TikTok Shop. So the second way, besides the pods that you add water to, they fluff up, get big, you drop the seeds, and then you put the dome on top of it to protect it, okay? The second way is to prepare your own soil. And you use this. So you're going to put your own soil preparation here. And you drop the tiny seeds. Like, you can drop any seeds you want in here. But there are certain seeds that they're finicky. You have to put them started here. You can't start them straight in the ground. You can start squash straight in the ground, watermelon straight in the ground, big seeds like that, pumpkin seeds. But you can't start tomatoes straight in the ground. Now, if you have gotten to that expertise, I ain't talking about you, but I'm talking about for newbies that come here. I'm just talking, and even for myself, I find most of my success growing tomato seeds directly in something that has a very controlled environment. Even now growing tomato seeds, you have to be very careful because it's too cold. Tomato seeds like to grow when it's real warm, and they don't want to grow when it's too hot. So they're very finicky. You know what I mean? My favorite seed, tomato seed to grow is the brandywine. If you can grow a brandywine, god damn. I grew some brandywines, honey. They were so sweet, ants was all over them. Couldn't even enjoy it. So you're going to put your soil here, but before you put your soil in here, you want to put that in there to catch the water. This is like a watering well. So even when it's time to water and your seeds start to dry out, just put the water in the bottom so it can seep its water from here, because you don't want to drown seeds like that. Tomato seeds, they have such tiny stems, and once the stem broke, it's a dead seedling. It's not coming back. You can't tape it up, nothing, you know, like that, because it's a newborn. And once you put that on there, then you got a grow lamp. It looks like something is missing. I guess it's in the house. But there's like these grow lamps and stuff that plant on top here. And you have to hook them in the wall. And it's to put the light on the plant so the plants can grow inside your house if you don't have a greenhouse. And then when the sun comes out, then you can go ahead on and sit the tray outdoors. Once they get too big for the dome, which I don't see the dome. I hope the dome is in the house. I hope they sent me all of it. The dome is usually about that high. Once they start getting leggy and start getting high up to the top part of this, then it's time to put it in another pot. But you still can't put it outside because the stem is so fragile. Then you just introduce it to a new pot, and then you want to kind of like keep it in a little greenhouse. That's when you want to put your bigger greenhouse up and let it continue to go in the big greenhouse. And then as it grows and gets stronger and tougher, you understand, you kind of acclimate it out to the sun, put it out little at a time, because even the sun will kill them because they're just so fragile. It's a lot that goes into this. And then from there, you got to protect it from floods, you got to protect it from drought, you got to protect it from squirrels, you got to protect it from rabbits, you got to protect them from ants, fungus, bacteria. That's when the work really begins. It's a lot of hard work. So for people who say, I'm just going to start growing my own food, easier said than done. I just want to introduce y'all into the greenhouse. You can get this on TikTok Shop. This is my first time using this. This is some type of grow light that goes on the plant. Never done it before. I just wanted to show it to y'all because we did discuss. I don't want nobody, please don't let nobody step on that, please. I wanted to introduce that to y'all. So the easiest thing, let me see if I can go back to here and see what's going on in the chat. The herb, the easiest herb to grow. Hey, how you doing, Aaron? The easiest herb to grow. Basil. I mean, it's a lot of good ones. Cilantro, you know, the bigger the seeds, the more success you'll have. And I got some things on my mind because it's a plant that I got to grow this year. I got to grow it. Miss Wood says storm is coming Tuesday. So everything must be in the ground and water and protected before Tuesday. Because once the storm shows up, it's a wrap. What do I mean? Corn and sunflowers are now delayed. I just hope the storm does not come in and flood out my crop. That's another thing you got to worry about, floods. Y'all, I think I might have lost my baby. Okay, here we go. So here we go. For the people who are going to do basil, I'm going to show y'all kind of, I don't know if I can show you. Gail, I want to put it on the table, but this like a little altar, so I'm going to buy a small table and put it just right there in front of me. I'm going to get a little bit of small table. Hopefully I can find one at the thrift store and then let everybody see it. Okay, so here we go. So, you can wet your fingers. But I'm going to wet my fingers with soil. With the soil that I just did. Watch this. See? I'm wet my fingers. Because these things tiny. They're tiny, but still, they're forgiving. See that? That's how tiny the basil seed is, but they don't care. They will grow. I'm going to put them just on top of the soil. Simple as that. That's it. Put a few more here. You don't really want to put many on there. The bottle's so small. Some people got 10 that do the package like that. You can't. Don't do that. That's a waste of seeds. Only way you're going to do that is if you got a wide tray. Because they got to be separated. Some seedlings are going to thrive and compete. Some seedlings are not going to thrive. They're going to be very dormant. Very dormant. Those are the seeds that are just die out. Okay. And they won't be like so. Now I already did. I just dabbed that on that like that. You know, I can actually see them. Hold up, y'all. If you want to just sprinkle them, you can sprinkle them if you prefer. But you don't want to do too much. You got a little tiny thing here. It's so small. That completes it. I see what some people leave a bottle open, you know, so they can get air. And some people punch a hole in the top of the top and screw it on there so it can get air. Now, I like to screw my top with a hole punched in there because what it's going to do, create more heat, more condensation. Now, if it's a hot summer day, now you done got into the summertime, you don't want to do this. This is for an early start when the weather is still cool, okay? Because you'll burn them up. Now, what you do, you go and get your marker. Let me get my marker and my tape. You want to put on here what this is. Or you be like saying to yourself, what is this? What is this right here? I don't even know what it is. You want to know what it is. Hang on, y'all. I should have had all of this ready. Now, a lot of y'all might not have heard of this. I got my tape, y'all. Look at this. Wasting tape, girl. You wasting tape, girl. You wasting tape. Don't be a wasteful person like me, okay? I'm wasting. I have a tendency to just do this here. So, damn. The top came off of it. I know it done dried out. Darn it. I know it done dried out. I lost the top. So let me go ahead on and tape this up. Go ahead and tape it up. I was supposed to be putting this on the altar, y'all. This is my outdoor altar. Look. Now I'm going to get this. We're going to tape this. The reason why we taping it, so we can create this greenhouse effect and not lose any moisture. So here we go. And you ain't got to put a whole bunch on there. Just a little. Now, once you get this on here, you cut it. Like I said, for some people, they might want to, if they need it, say like if you're in a very cold climate, I suggest you put a top on here, but the top has to have a hole in the top. You could punch holes in with a soldering tool, or you could punch holes in here with one of them a pointed tool or something like that. But you gotta put a hole in the top so that they can breathe, you know. And so now here we got basil. And we got basil here. And I don't let this dry out, but you want to get you a Sharpie and then you want to write on here. God damn it. Make sure your Sharpie is not dried out. I'm about to buy another Sharpie. I just cannot afford to get up. Or if you want to tape something on here, something like that, like a paper tape, and write basil on it. This has dried. I am so sick. The top fell off of it. Dang it. It's gone. Hang on, let me go and see if I can find a top. One with a top on it. One with a top that moves. I'm back, y'all. Okay, so I got this right here. This paint marker here. It's called a paint marker if you want to get that. Or just get you a regular marker. I hope this writes. Yep, it does. You can put what type of base it is on here. It just ain't, I can't even mark this thing. Is this thing no good? Come on now. Something got to be able to write around here. Something gonna have to write for me. Are you some good? Y'all, this ain't worth a dime. Maybe I got to activate it or something. It's writing, but it ain't staying on here good. I don't think this shit no good. Just got a bunch of dried up markers in the house. Nah, no good. But I did manage to smear something on here. Try not to, make sure it doesn't rub off. Or you want to know what you got. Yeah, this ain't no good. I should have got one of them other markers, but I just knew this was going to write. Yep, gone out. Dried out. Let me see, y'all. It dried out. I mean, good and dried out. All it do is just smell like marker, but it ain't got nothing in it. But anyway, y'all, I'm scratching on here so y'all can see. Y'all get the concept, because I got it scratched on here. You know, y'all get the concept. So, what are we going to do from here? You can take them in your house. If you got extremely bad conditions, take it in. I'm going to leave mine in a sunny place so it can develop its little condensation and go from there. So that's the basil. I done put like 5 or 6 little dots in there, and that's it. That's all. Okay. Now let me show y'all what I got going on over here that is not necessarily successful. Okay, here we go. I have here, I started some lettuce. And it ain't doing well. Why ain't the lettuce doing good? Because I have it in a sunny location. So, see that? They're popping up. Now, what am I going to do with some in here growing? I hate to just drop them off like that. I don't want to get rid of them. So, with lettuce, I suggest that you take it and put it in a cool place for them to grow. Now, I'm not going to disturb that because at first I was saying, I'm just going to throw it away. What happened in this situation? Well, I didn't poke the holes in them deep enough. I just took a stick pin and stuck it in there. What happened? Water set in, and when the water set in, it's like a slight fungus was on top once the water set in. Don't have too much water in here. These things have to drain. If they don't drain, you'll see some furry stuff going on. What that furry stuff mean? It means fungus. Fungus grows in very wet soil. That's going to be one of your biggest problems if your soil is too wet. You want to make sure your soil is well drained, and then you have happy campers. Now, these are growing, but they can't stand heat. Lettuce cannot stand heat. So you got to take this and put it in a very cool place away from the sun. And this is what I'm going to do right now, because I had that in a sunny location. So I'm going to sit it over here away from the sun so it can do its thing. Yes, lettuce hate heat. The best time to grow your lettuces is around the fall. Fall time. Fall time. Oh, hang on, y'all. Hang on. Rinse your bottles out real good. Try not to leave any water in them after you rinsed them. Like I just had a little water and I had to let it dispose of that water in there. Definitely wash your bottles good, okay? Now, when them boogers start growing, they get too leggy and too long for your little mini greenhouses that I just showed you how to make. You want to go and get these cups. These are Jiffy. They come in different sizes. This is a 3-inch. Then they can come with 4-inch, 5-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch. You know, some of them go by paint, gallon. They can get very large. 3 gallon, 10 gallons. This is when you get into your tree. It's 12 of these in here. You put your soil in here. And then you take, like, your little plant and plug it in here. Have a little soil left around the plant's roots, and you stick them in here, and then go to your greenhouse. You can get a portable greenhouse that's got 6 racks in them, very small, like this, stand high, or you can make your own greenhouse, all the way to like having a big, huge greenhouse. It's just the sky's the limit. They can start out anywhere from $50. I got a $50 one that I get a $50 every year, all the way up to $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000. And for people who talking about they getting off the grid, they gonna live and grow their own food, make sure you investing. If you don't know how to make a greenhouse, investing in one of them $10,000, $20,000 greenhouses that turn the sprinkler on. It has the fan. When it get real hot, blow that heat out. It gets crazy. I'll have the heat in the wintertime. Very sophisticated. Very. Okay, so now, for the people that, now this is something that's going to take a long time. This right here is sage. I put this in here February I don't forgot the date shit. I think about February 8th. I always date them. I forgot to date that other one. So you can watch the progress of how long it's taking. I just put February 2025 because I was in a rush. But this is a sage in here. And it hasn't done anything. Oh, ha! Ha! It's growing. There's one sage in here growing. I see it. Let me put that up. See, I marked it. Oh, shit. That girl coming up. Let me put her back in the sun, y'all. I'm going to have to make sure when the storm comes, I get them out the way because the storm going to blow them on off the porch. Shit. I don't want to step on my stuff and this stuff. I got to get this out the way because we can't afford to step on this. This $32. TikTok shop. That's where you find it. TikTok shop. Once again, you want to grow some garlic of your own. Garlic is very important. Very good medicinal properties with garlic. Well, first let's talk about the cooking. Let's not even talk about how good it goes on a pizza, because this thing makes me think of a pizza. Ooh, roasted garlic pizza. Then they go good on just sauces and stuff like that. And y'all know what you do with garlic. Y'all women know. Y'all know. So, look, you get regular garlic at the stove and let it just start growing in your refrigerator. Or you can take it out the refrigerator, put it in one. Boom. Now, all I got to do is pop it in the soil. I have what? Garlic. Yeah. Right. Shit, it's getting hot. What I do, take this in the kitchen, rinse with some soap and water, rinse. You know what I'm saying? And then then this was ready for planting. Okay, now I have another one, and they got a sticker on this, so I like to take the sticker off, but if it's gonna be hell, I don't know about all of that. Y'all saw how I did that last demonstration. This one is press one of my people for my vegetables. Press 1 for my vegetable people. Press 1 for all my veggie people. All my veggie folks. All my veggies. All my veggies. With my vegetable people in here? All my veggie people in here. All my vegetable people here. Vegetables. That's the way the old folks say vegetables. What are vegetable folks? Okay, so a lot of folks probably know what a vegetable is. Okay, hey, how you doing? Okay, I can't even see. Hold up, let me see. This phone's finna die because it's at 12%. Hey, Kezia. Okay, so Kezia, are you a novice? Are you a planner? I got to turn this off. My phone finna die. That's finna die. Okay. This is for my veggies. Oh! Did I put that over there? I sure did. We finna get a head start, y'all. When the rest of them around here lagging behind, that's gonna be fun for my herb people. You're gonna love the basil. Once again, your basils can do wonderful things. The main thing I like about a basil, besides the smell and besides the taste, I love the fact that it can be dried and used later for rubs and seasonings and what have you. That's what y'all gonna love about the basil. And when you process it, okay, for storing for later, you want to make sure that you got it in a good sealed container so you won't lose its powerful aroma, taste, and the different properties that makes it that spiritual plant that it is. It's the holy basil I have an obsession with holy basil. It's hard to find. Holy basil runs off terrible spirits. They don't like the holy basil. That's why they call it the holy basil. You can make oils of your holy basils, not just for eating. You know, because, you know, you can make different oils for your foods too. Oregano oils and stuff like that, you know, for food. Let's just talking about anointing and charging up inanimate objects to do biddings and things of that nature. You can do all of that, okay? So now, I'm going to go like we did the last time. Go back right up in here. Put it on an object, a solid foundation or something, so you won't poke yourself. Don't do that in your lap because you could stab yourself. Okay, so once I get it cut oh so much, remember we cut it oh so much, then we're going to come here with our scissors and we're going to cut it like this. So I'm going to cut it and we're going to leave a small hinge. Well, I made this the soil part too short, but it's okay. It's okay. Just don't make it too short because your plant got to have a little room in it. Okay, so here's my actual hinge. You want the hinge so when it's time, this plant has gotten to a maturity. See, it can grow in here for quite a bit, but you don't want to leave it in the house and let it grow and grow, and then all of a sudden you got this long stem that's weak because it'll break. When you got a situation where you got a real long stem and it's weak and it can break, that's when these cups come in handy. These here. So right here, depending on how leggy them got, you want to bury the legginess of it way down here and put soil all the way up on the top of it so it won't break. Does that make sense? So, say for instance, my plant got real leggy and it'll grow back almost this long, which a leggy plant ain't gonna grow this long. But what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna bury that plant deep down in there, which it ain't gonna be this long. And then I'm gonna cover it with soil. I'm not gonna plant it with a root way up at the top of the pot so it can just go and lay down and die. I'm gonna plant the root and the plant way deep down in the pot. You get it? Once it's like that, then I'm gonna go ahead and take it to what? The big greenhouse. Because it is outgrow what? It didn't outgrow this its starter greenhouse. Or that other little tray I showed y'all. Okay. So we here now. What we want to do now, we want to go ahead on and put our soil in here. And so we want to take this here. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna get a little table and we'll do it where y'all can see what I'm doing, okay? So for right now, I'm doing a little bit of my potting mix with a little bit of my peat moss. What I call that, peat moss? I got peat moss and I got potting mix. Okay? I don't have soil, but you can still, long as you got that peat moss in here, it is very forgiving. Some people use coconut. Some people use coconut. You can use coconut, y'all. Many of y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but y'all tell the people what I'm talking about when I call it coconut, okay? Tell them what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of stirring here and there and here and there and here and there. Your potting mix has fertilizer already in it, so that's the good thing about that. So make sure you got to fertilize in your soil. If you new beginning, I wouldn't suggest that you add any fertilizer to anything yourself. Like I showed y'all that Miracle Grow. Be careful with that stuff because it will burn up your plant if you don't know how much of it to put in your plant. It'll burn your seeds up. Once again, it will burn your plants, roots. It'll burn your seeds. I learned the hard way when I was young. I planted some and I just poured a bunch of fertilizer on it and come out there and find the plant dead. Tried to happen to me twice when I was young, you know. I put a huge citrus stick fertilizer on a citrus tree and it just died on me because it had too much going on. Okay, now, something I forgot to do for people who just got in here Don't see, I just almost stuck myself. Hang on, y'all. You know, I forgot to put a hole in here to drive a hole through this doggone thing. You know that. You don't drive a hole through this, it's not going to work. You want to drive your hole through the bottom of this. We talked about what you can use to drive your holes. You just got to go around that base, drive holes through it, so the water won't set in and create a soggy environment, which is conducive for fungal growth or just drowning your plant in general. You don't want that. So you got to have plugs in here. And I just did it because I forgot. Now we got this all ready to go. Okay? See that had the hinge there? Okay, so I need to get some water. I need to grab some water for this. Because you can't just put a seed in there and not add no water to it. It ain't going to grow. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Hey, Bucatito. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Y'all still here? Okay, I'm glad to know y'all still here. Okay. Now, when this is done, don't throw them away. Do not throw your bottles away. When you get through drinking this, I got this at my local supermarket. When you get through with this, you're going to rinse it out real good, like Grandma was saying. She wouldn't say rinse it out. You're going to rinse it out real good with some hot water. And then you can use this as a greenhouse dome. Now, these are good because you can add more what? Seeds to it. Where am I limited on the other smaller bottles? Here, you can really grow something in this. This is a gallon. I brought this out so I can drink and add to my plants. Okay, so I'm adding water to this thing. Okay. Add water to it. And you could get you a cup full of it and drink it if you want to. I got a lot of indoor plants. And I give them this water. So I can have this right here for my plants in my greenhouse. And some of you might not even have to buy a little greenhouse. You might be able to just transfer it from here and acclimate it straight into your gardens. I highly doubt it. But if you know what you're doing, people who know what they're doing, they might be able to do that. But some plants they ain't forgiving like that. Some plants really have to have they have to be trained to go directly in the sun. Okay. So here we go. So now I got a little extra water. I'm just squeezing it out. Oh man, we got some extra water in here, honey. We got too much. This too much water. Now see, it's soupy. And remember I told you about it, if it's soupy, it'll start growing fungus. I didn't realize. So what's going in this situation on here? I got I don't have enough holes. If you don't have enough holes, so this is why I suggest that you punch hole. You know, the more holes you got, the more drainage. Now this is just soupy. And so I don't think my holes are effective enough. So when you got holes that are not effective enough, it's okay to kind of like jug some more into the hole. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. So we got to make sure that our plants don't drown or get a fungus infection. You know? I don't believe in pouring hot water in my plants. I've been saying pour hot water in their plant. And they say they want to make sure that that the soil is sterilized, because you get rid of a lot of good nutrients and stuff in your soil. You can't do that. You can't do that. Trust me, I know. I'm a farmer, and I was born from a line of Alabama farmers. You don't put hot water in your dirt. Naturally, everything really supposed to naturally grow from the ground, okay? So what kind of hot water do y'all know of that goes in the ground? Sterile hot water, and boiling hot water that goes in the ground. You don't do that. Because it's an ecosystem of bacteria, of a little fungi. Some fungi are very important. Worms and stuff like that. Worms are very important. People don't realize, like worms, like your earthworms and stuff, they play a role in this thing too, So never ever pour hot water. These people never say, I'm from the South, so I don't know where these people from. I really don't. So maybe that was some practice up there, somewhere up there that they do, which we can't do that down here. Now see y'all, I don't know what, this one is very wet. I poured too much water something in here. This ain't gonna go until I get some of this water out of here. Once again, so to prevent what I did, I'm gonna recommend that you put more holes in there. Put your holes in there for your soil. I messed up because I did not have all of my holes put in before I did my soil. I had forgot. Okay? So I'm still squeezing out water. Still squeezing water out. Y'all see that? That's too much water. Too much water. There's a lack of holes. A lack of holes. And you want to make sure that you got your soil good and damp. So don't hesitate to add as much water as you can. But at the same time, it's up to you to make sure that you have gotten all of that extra water out. The only way to do it is making sure you have enough hole for drainage. So I think it's interesting because the last one, then I like I said, the problem was, you know, not punching them holes in here before I put this dirt in here. So I'm getting all of it out. Y'all see me now, I'm getting it out. Because you got to realize, dirt kind of get in my throat and me. Look, it dried my throat out. And then they pulling up trees there, so my throat is getting dry. Look, you got to realize that your bottle's going to build condensation. I want to show y'all a bottle that has built condensation. Now, the condensation is going to do your watering for you, so don't put no water in these bottles. Let me show you what condensation is. See that? See that condensation? That's your automatic watering system, because you are not going to put any water in this bottle once it's done. If you do, you're going to drown your seeds or your plant. Once that plant starts growing and it get a certain length, then you take it out and you're going to start introducing it to either the sun, if you know what you're doing, or introducing it to them little brown cups and putting it in the big greenhouse. Okay? And that's lavender in there that I'm growing now. I don't expect to see no lavender, but if I do, I'm going to be thankful. Lavender has to be started in the fall in Zone 8. If you living in places like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, you know what I mean, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, all them little places, you're more than likely in a Zone 8 where I'm at. And so them kind of things like lavender and lettuce needs to be planted in the fall. Fall only. Now, some people know what they're doing when they're doing with lavender. And when they're doing, if you really don't know nothing about that kind of stuff, just get you a lavender plant and go and introduce it in the ground. You can go ahead and plant a lavender plant in the ground now. It needs to be in a shady location. They don't like too much sun. Like a semi-shady, sunny, you know what I mean? Not too much shade, but somewhere in the center with lavender. I had 2 lavender plants last a long time, but I didn't keep them watered when we had the drought, and they wound up succumbing to the drought. I'm still draining out fluid because I don't want a fungus to top this. So I'm still squeezing it out once again to prevent this situation from happening to you. Make sure you poke all your holes into your bottles way before you put your soil in there. Just be careful if you're going to use a knife or a soldering iron. Be careful. You can go to the Hobby Lobby and get one, and go in the hobby section and get one of them tools that already got a point on it and stick all the holes you want. The more holes, the better. It's no such thing as saying I got too many holes at the bottom. Don't punch down here. Punch on the sides. You know, that keep ants from getting in it. If you punch at the bottom, then guess what? Ants can come in through the bottom of your soil and build a whole motherfucking ant bed. Them son of a bitches is something else to deal with. I got a cluster of them right now around my damn apple tree. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I'm going to give it some diesel. I got my burn barrels. I'm finna go ahead on and dig it up and go down to the bottom, and I'm just going to burn their asses up. Another trick to do, and which I found effective, but what they did, they went and put another bed somewhere else. If you got 2 or 3 colonies of ant beds, which I keep a lot of ants, then you get soil, you scoop up some ant out of one colony and add it to the other colony and get scooped up some from that colony and sit at the other colony and make them fight. And then they'll go to war and kill each other out. But what they motherfuckers did, they went and built another bed over here on the other side on one of my other trees. They've gotten smart. So they like to build their beds by your plants because they know more than likely you're not going to disturb the roots of, poison the roots of your fruit trees, or your tree in general, or your plants, because they know you don't want to poison yourself or kill the plant off. So they're very sophisticated way they move in this environment. Everybody's environment different. Your environment might work different where you at. It depends on the species of insect or animal pestilence you dealing with. How they gonna move. Every region is different. Okay, so now y'all, I squeezed all the water I possibly could out of this here. Okay, so it still feel wet, y'all. Still got a wet feeling to it, which I find very strange. By now, most of the moisture should be out of this planter or greenhouse, if you want to call it that. Okay, I can't afford to have too much wetness in here. Okay, so for the people who want veggies, you very new to this, we're going to plant squash. Okay, now let me talk about squashes. It'll take 60 days for a squash to harvest. That means that growing season. I mean, like you can put that thing in, and 2 months later, you got squashes all over the place. And squash like to travel. They like a vine, like they part of the melon plant, like watermelons and pumpkins, and they're part of the melon department. So they like to spread. So you might want to build your trellis for your squash or something like that. I don't know. You know, and I don't think they're not vines. I take that back about squash. Squash just tend to spread their leaves out far. You know. So if you got your little house dress on, your garden dress, it's okay to do this. Because I know you ain't finna go nowhere with this on. You're gonna take it off and you're gonna put it in the washing machine. Here we go. We're going to go and bring your seeds in, or keep them in a Ziploc so they stay fresh. Bring them in because squirrels and birds will tote your shit off. They will tote your. Another one you can do that's forgiving for newbies would be okra. Okra, squash, pumpkin, your big seeds, you know. Let's see. I can't wait to do these. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. Mexican sunflowers. You can't eat them, but they're just beautiful when they grow. When everybody else don't have flowers, you just got a show going on in your yard. Everybody's like, oh look, they stop, they slow down, and they can't help themselves. Dill is another one that you want to do in pots or trays. They're very difficult to grow straight directly from the ground, unless you just one of them pros about it. You got your cilantro here, easy to grow. It's an herb, easy to grow. You got your cucumbers. I do recommend if you want to do squash. You know, we talk about squash and okra. Another good one is cucumber. Okay, anyway, I got the squash now, so I'm gonna go ahead straight on to the squash, y'all. Okay, here we go. We got squash. This variety, I took the top off of it, so I can't even tell you, but it more than likely look like the summer squash. You got different kinds of squash. You got spaghetti squash. You got early squash. Just you name it. Straight crook neck squash. You know, one of my favorite is the crook neck. Y'all see one that curves at the top and then it comes down. They're real small, like those kind you want to get them. You want to harvest those before they get too big, because once they get too big, then it messes with the flavor of it. You know, some stuff can turn into a gourd. You don't want no gourd because they get real hard and husky where you can't eat it. Same goes with your cucumbers. Always pay some attention to what size your cucumbers get, because you got the little small cucumbers, which like the pickling cucumbers. You don't want them to get too long. They get too long, too big, they ain't no good. You have to just throw them away. They ain't no good. You just got a big, huge gourd, you know. So, and cucumbers will wear you out, because like 1 minute cucumber this big, come back the next day, cucumber got that big. So, you know, it's something you got to keep an eye on. You have to keep an eye on okra. Okra can stifle. You ever had okra and you tried to cut it and it was hard like wood or something like that? You want to get okra when it's real tender, like this, real soft, tender, and furry. Go ahead and grab them and get your little scissors, you know, what you call, let me see if I got this here. You want to go ahead and I say you want to invest in some of these right here. Y'all got to go. Oh shit, I hate them fail. You want to invest in some of these right here. Get you a little apron, put your little pocket on there when you really start getting out there and start gardening, so you can pull this off and you can clip your fruit off with these right here. Makes it very easy for you. This costs like what, $1.25. You could grab this right here. I grabbed this from I think it was the Dollar Tree. I think it was Dollar Tree. I got a mess. My fertilizing sticks are falling on what you call. So anyway, this look more than like summer squash. Summer squash. Now your summer squashes are big. See this here? This is a summer squash. See how big that is? So it'd be perfect. What I suggest you don't put no more than 3 in here. You got 3 squash bushes for the summer. You're a novice. That's all you need. Now for the people who are living in apartments and you say, well, you know, I don't have an outdoor area for it, then you can put it on a stoop. Like if you got a little balcony out there in the back or in the front, but it got to have a sunny location. You can grow it in get you one of them storage bins. When they get big enough, the little storage bins, plastic storage bins that you get from Walmart with the lid on it. Put your soil in there, take the little lid off of it, and stick your plant. Once it grows, stick your plant in there. You want to make sure your storage bin has adequate drainage, so you have to be creating a lot of holes around, not under the actual planter, but around it, so your soil will drain properly. And be, you don't want to drown these or create a fungal environment. You know what I mean? So here we go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to plant this not in the center. I'm going to plant it around the sides. I know y'all can't see it. The reason why I'm planting it around the sides is I want to make sure that there's no plant in here that's dominating the other plant. Like the plant in the center is getting all of the attention because of this air hole and all. So we want to be fair to each one because each plant is precious. You know, so what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to put only 2 in here because, like, I plant my squash straight in this plug. You just dig a hole in the ground, sit that squash straight in it. Once again, for people who are living in apartments, have a sunny location on your front or on your back door. Okay? Get you a storage bin, preferably a clear one. You can get them at Walmart. They ain't no more $7. Put your soil in there. You can have quite a bit in it depending on what size you get. They come real long, or you can have them just like this. Like you gonna just do one like this here, and you got, you know, like you gonna do 3 of these, and all of them survive. You gonna have a nice size storage back this way, that way, like about that deep and about that long, Squashes tend to dominate. I said something about that long, ain't gonna have no more, and probably 2 squashes, if that. Okay? They spread out, they leaves get real wide, because what they doing is protecting the youngins, the fruit, from severe sunlight. Because that squash don't have no protection, leaf protection, then it'll dry up. Okay, so I said I was gonna put 2 in there, but I forgot. I put 3. So anyway, so this is now done. You ain't got to do nothing. You're gonna have squash, and this gonna take off fast because, like I said, anything that sows directly from the ground is gonna move quickly. Your squash, your cucumbers, your watermelons, your pumpkins, big seeds. They move pretty swiftly. They can get leggy fast. If you find something leggy mean that the stems are so thin and so long You got to hurry up and transfer everything to the paper cups I just showed you. And I don't see the paper cups no more. They're very delicate. Put your soil in here and put your little leggedness down as low as you can get it. Now, what's so interesting about this, you put them in your greenhouse, and then you could take this directly and plant it in the ground because it's biodegradable. It's like a cardboard. Just put it in the ground and put some dirt on top of it. That's it. Or put them in your storage bin and plant it directly in the dirt and put dirt on top of it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we want to make sure we ain't got no soil hanging around here. We'll put this directly in here. Put this, we're gonna put this directly on here. I mind everywhere. Now y'all gonna catch a lot of mistakes because like I feel like I'm talking to myself, and when I feel like I'm talking to myself, I start making mistakes because I ain't got nobody to correct me and say, did you say this and did you say that? And I can't see my check screen, so y'all get my drill. You get my drill. So I'm just taping this seam that I talked to y'all about. If you don't tape your seam, then you don't have an air-trapped environment to keep your moisture in, because the condensation is actually going to keep your plant wet, moist, and water. It don't take a whole lot of tape. It's just all about covering up anything at the bottom that will allow water out or moisture out. But that's the same thing. Okay. Now, so we got this ready. We got our, for the people who want summer squash, crook neck squash, spaghetti squash, our acorn squash, you know, whatever. We got this. We got this. Okay. So now, I'm just going to put squash on here best I can with this dried up marker. And it's dried up because it's very old. I think I got this marker in 2018. That's a long time ago. Me. Let's see. Oh, it's right now. Squash. Squash. Now, once the sun hit this for a whole 24 hours, it's going to have condensation drops all over it. That's your watering system, okay? There's no need to put any water on this no more. Never, no more. Never. It's never going to dry out. Once it start growing and it start coming up here, or even down here, go ahead on and transfer it to what? Here. Transfer these to the bigger greenhouse. From the bigger greenhouse, start introducing it to what? The sun. Once it's acclimated to the sun, dig your hole, drop this whole cup down in there, and boom. Keep it watered daily, especially during droughts. It will give you fruit. It'll love you. Once it starts giving fruit, that means it loves you. Okay, so now our next project is for the people who want flowers. Did anybody say they wanted flowers? Look, let me tell you something. Don't ever put a sunflower in these things. Sunflowers are the most difficult plants to transfer. They don't like being transferred. They want to grow in the dirt. They're straight in the dirt where you put them. That's where they want to be. And you start disturbing them, they ain't going to like you no more. Okay, so for people who wanted flowers, I can't tell. I'm gonna suggest y'all do marigolds. Oh my God, marigolds are so forgiving. They're so loving. And on top of that, guess what the marigold does? The marigolds keep mosquitoes away. Mosquitoes don't like marigolds, and marigolds don't like mosquitoes. We got so many variety of marigolds. The one I'm using now is French double dwarf mix. So the French double dwarf mix is not gonna get no more than this big. They just don't get big. You got some. Let's see if I can find some. You got some marigolds that get very, 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 very big blooms, and some of them that get tiny blooms, and you got trillions of varieties of marigolds. Look at me, I got my snapdragons. I grew some snapdragons one year, y'all. It was so pretty. I was like, oh, I'm gonna forever do snapdragons. I got some Texas grano onions here. Let me see. Okay, so here's another variety of marigolds. These are the petite orange. You know, you got petite orange, then you got a variety of colors, the rust with the gold. Then you got the yellows. Okay, I got different Mexican sunflowers and stuff in here. Okay, one year I had put some marigolds from seeds in some hanging pots, and they actually hung down. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh man, this is so pretty. You gotta have a lot of patience and stuff with these flowers. Flowers take lots more patience than fruits. Okay, so here's what a marigold seed actually looks like. And you want to harvest them because it's actually the actual center petal that is your seed that comes back year after year after year. You see that? That's a marigold. It was actually a YouTuber on here that suggested I grow some marigolds, and I never thought to grow them because I thought they would be very challenging to grow, but I did do it, and it really have been, you know, I need to do a garden last year, but it's been a minute since I did a garden. Look at that, see that? So for my people who are going to do flowers, I want you to take 3 of these marigolds out. Now, if you're going to do a big gallon, you can do more marigolds in a jug gallon. I say if you was going to do you some marigolds in a type of gallon jug, hang on, y'all, my mind ain't acting right now, so I might say some weird as shit. Look, say for instance, you say, I want to do one big and large, mama. I would say you could put it at least about 8 in here. Do about 8 in now. And you could have them on your little banister, on your balconies or your front porch, or for the person who, and they make nice flowering pots, or for the person who got enough yard or whatever, you know, depending on how deep you want to get it. You could have a whole garden full of them, shit. Okay, anyways, so we did that. I'm going to go ahead and put this up in here because you don't want to. For early bloom, start seeds in a sunny location 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting outdoors. May be seeded directly in the garden. Bloom stronger in sunny gardens. Forms colorful edging for sunny gardens and along walkways. Excellent for mass plantings and petite bouquets. Ooh. Plant in front of taller marigolds for a radiant display of color, particularly good with solid color marigolds. So we're in that zone 8, so it's good to plant between March and July. That's your window. March and July. So, you know, March is a day or 2 from here, so we getting a very early start, ain't we, y'all? But some people go ahead and start planting in the winter, so if you got a good sun You gotta have a light, if you got a good sunlight in your house, like not just a window, but like a sun lamp, a growing sun lamp. You can get started whenever you want when it's cold in the winter. Just be prepared to let them stay under that sunlight lamp until it's time to come outside or to a greenhouse or something. So, did I take that motherfucker up before I planted anything in it? Oh, excuse my language. I forgot I was on here. I forgot, y'all. Hang on, y'all. I took the plant out. Got so excited. Okay. So here we go. We got to do this little process all over again, now don't we? I hope I can remember this time. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do this all over again. We're going to punch a hole after we've taken our label off. And look, I did quite a bit. Something I thought I wasn't going to do today. Be careful with your knives, y'all. I came out here to plant a house plant. I didn't know I was going to be planting also doing a little bit of gardening up in here. Okay. Okay. It's okay to let it stay outside. It's okay to let your little planter stay outside. If you get kind of worried, because it might get cool tonight, you can take them in, but they're going to stay nice and warm, okay? Especially after the sun has hit it. It's going to actually activate and warm it up. Okay, so you know what I said? I'm going to cut it about right in here. Okay, here we go. I'm jugging a hole in it. Okay, so I jugged my hole in it. Get my scissors and go flap, 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 flap. And we're going to leave a little bit of room to make a hinge. If I don't make a mistake and cut it. Here's my hinge. Okay. I don't know. Maybe you need your hinge because you might want to open it up, you know. And maybe it got too dry and put some water in it. I don't know. It depends on your circumstances, you know. But once you're ready to really introduce it to something else, you can go ahead and cut that part off if you want to. Just don't let your stuff get too leggy. You don't want your stuff to go all the way up here to the top of this and be coming all out. You don't want to do that. By that time, that means the thing that I'll grow this. Now, some people do that. They just let it just stay in and just keep doing what it do. You know, like some people have like little plants. They do that too. I saw somebody had their lettuce in this, and they let it come all the way on up to here. And just open the lid up, cut little clippings of lettuce leaves off and ate on them, and just let it do what it did. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody got a different trick. And you find the trick works for you. And hey, look, you know, do what you got to do, man. Do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And again, this potting mix, to me, it's like a mulch. It's very mulch. You can't grow nothing in that. You have to put that potting mix right here. It's just a mulch. It's exactly what Dan said it is. It's just a mulch. You're going to have to add some additional soil to this in order for this to work. It's okay to have a little mulch. It's got a little fertilizer, a little mulch in it, or what have you. But to think that you're going to just grow it in just nothing but primarily mulch, you're going to be disappointed. Because guess what? Your roots, you got to have something to latch to. They got to have a good foundation, you understand, to latch themselves to. And that mulch is good to be mixed with. They need to stop selling stuff like this, talking about potting mix and people trying to grow stuff in it. They need to stop doing that. Tell people the truth. Let folks know this is mulch. But see, dirt is so expensive. People are try to buy topsoil because you can't hardly find it. And if you do buy it, make sure it says topsoil or dirt. Then you can mix your what? Your potting mix to it. See, they're trying to be slick. They're trying to be slick. My dog is in love with them people down there. When I say the word dog, he looks up at, you want to go down there and play with him, huh? He loves those people down that street down there. They be giving him deer meat and all of that. I guess he said, you can't afford me, mama. That man goes hunting. That man 85 years old, still go hunting. In better shape than I am, Lord Jesus. That's pitiful. And walking like a just upright, and I'm around here humped over. Walk. When your joints hurt and your back and stuff like that got you bent over, it's because you, on a spiritual level, you got a lot of things. Y'all know I did that shit again. Damn, man. I done poked them holes in there, and I know somebody was warning me in the chat. I know y'all probably did. I know y'all warned me. I know you did. I know the chat was trying to warn me, God damn it. I done poked my holes in here again. My mind is on everything. I guess I done got kind of tired. I done went on head on and just put everything in here. So I got to do what to do. But it's okay to do that, but you don't want to do that, you know, because it's counterproductive. You know? You want to have your holes in here before then. I did the same thing all over again. God dog it. It's causing me to put too much water in here that won't drain out because I don't have enough holes. Yeah, my dog told me, he said, you can't afford me. He said he only wants the finest cuts of steak. Look at him how he looking at me like. He said he wants the finest cuts of steaks and pork. Mama, see, Mama don't feed animals like that. Look at him looking down there. He want to know what they have for dinner. See, Mama gave him eggs, bacon, and pancakes today. And then when he go in, he's gonna have to. I see you squeezing your butthole in and out. What's up with that? What that mean? Bucket, why is you squeezing your do hole in and out? That mean he want to go down on that end down there and eat. Yeah, Mama can't help because all she can do is give you canned dog food at night and cook your eggs and bacon in the morning. And you have like, what? You have steak, cuts of steaks here and there every now and then. He said that's not enough. He deserves more than that. If Mama could do it, she would. You eat steaks daily, baby. When he eat like that, y'all, he won't eat his dog food. And I feel like, you know, myself personally, Mr. Willie don't want him to have nothing but straight out dog food. He don't want him to have no bacon, no eggs, no pancakes. And I have a tendency to give him cheeseburgers and all kind of stuff, fried chicken and chumbles and all that. Mr. Willie said that's not good because he said the dog needs his vitamins out of his food. It's a lot of water I got to squeeze out of there. Y'all see that? He said, and once again, it's coming from the fact that if you forget to do what I did, which if I was just doing this and not doing no video, I wouldn't have made this mistake because I'd be concentrating 100% on what I'm doing. But me talking, I'm not a multitasker. Me talking is throwing me off. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. I'm just draining so much water out of this. This is what our marigolds gonna go in. Y'all know what? Oh, I think the marigolds are gone. Man, that stuff from down there got my throat dry. They down there cutting all them trees down. I don't know who property that is. Oh, that's that Italian woman. Property down the street. That woman Italian. They cut paper. Boy, she brought old flat ass in there in the townhome meeting and stuff, and she got paid. That flat ass got money. Sitting up there smiling and everything. She got that big old plantation house down the street. Looking like Eve Bayou house. That woman loaded with money. We got these little rinky-dinky checks around here. They ain't give mama no more than $15,000. And it look like shit. Look like they own my whole front yard. That sure do look like they own my whole front yard. That's not good. Man, and then they come over here. Oh, we gonna do it all the way up here. All the way here? That ain't what y'all saying? Man, these corporations be taking advantages of people, man. And then they gonna cut my trees down, y'all. Yeah. And they'll laugh. It'd be good if she could buy her ass with that money, wouldn't it? Y'all, I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Is mama jealous? Got all that land down there. And they're gonna come into town home meeting. What you come to town home meeting for? You the first one sold your land. We went down there talking about getting an attorney to stop them folks from taking our land from us. And she had already signed the papers. Already signed the paperwork. Coming in there with a pants sagging in the back. Like, girl, if you don't get on down there to the Dominican Republic. Y'all don't like it when mama act like that. I know y'all don't like that. Because I'm supposed to be being a good person. Because my plant, it might affect my plants. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now I got to squeeze all this juice out. I don't know why I'm squeezing so much juice out. I mean the top of it, side. The other one that I put holes in, I guess the holes are better than just slits. Cause see, that's what it is. I suggest y'all do holes. Don't do these slits. These slits are not good. I'm still squeezing out juice. Ugh. Look like I got it all out. You want to make sure that it's damp and not sopping wet. You don't want it to be dry either. Just got to be very, 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 very damp. And I'm still squeezing out water. Y'all, I want an outdoor kitchen. I want to get a shed and build me an outdoor kitchen with an industrial stove, industrial refrigerator, and an industrial sink, so we can continue on doing our canning videos. Cause then y'all can come in and I'll have like dried. I'll show you how to dry your herbs and stuff on the outside and inside. Cause it's a lot we got to do. We got to learn how to dry chicken, how to dry pork. You know, all these things like beans. All these things can be dried. You know, and set up in jars and store them. So when the shit really hit the fan and can't nobody afford no food, you can have dried soups, you know, and stuff like that. Dealing with dried soups is like having your dried beans or your dried, you know, string beans, your dried peas, your dried carrots, your dried dehydrated onion, all that in your mason jars, okay, with your, you know, with your bouillon and your different type of seasonings in there, and all you got to do is add hot water to it, and you got a whole soup, and your dried chicken and all of that. We want to do some of these things. We want to explore that that avenue. You know what I mean? This is when you are self-sufficient, when you're starting to learn how to do that. It still feels just very, very damp to me. And I'm scared that I'll develop another issue with flooding out, or, you know. We don't want no flooding going on up in here. You know what I'm saying? You can drown seeds. It's getting dark, so I know I better let y'all go. Everybody done left the chat. They gone bye-bye. Everybody left went bye-bye, y'all. Only the long, the long, what we want to call it? Supporters are still in here. The dedicated people. Okay. Okay, so now, I drained just about all that out because that was a terrible mistake that I've done twice. Okay. I did it twice. So we got our soil in here. I got all of that fluid out of here. There was too much fluid in here. Too much fluid. Now, it's better. Still draining out a little, but it's harmless though. It's not gonna be so bad until my plant is drowning. Okay, so now, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta clean this porch out before I get dark. I won't be able to see what I'm doing. Now I take that little black part, black stem, and I stick it here around the sides. Once again, throw a little soil on the baby. Here we go. See, they like point it like that. The black base, I stick the baby in here, and I cover with soil. I want to make sure that mulch ain't trying to put too much shade on it. Once again, so I got 3 in here. Now we know this ain't gonna be enough, but for a starter, for people who starting to grow, you're gonna find the plant you're gonna gravitate to the most. That's what's the fun part about it. Y'all might just, when you grow your marigolds, you may fall in love with marigolds. And you're gonna want to do them year after year after year. Let me get my marigolds in here. But like me, I like a big huge thing of marigolds. So what I'm gonna do is that little starter tray right there. It might be just one whole tray like this. Excuse me, y'all. My stomach is growling. It might be just one big tray of marigolds. But my son was like, Mama, you need to make sure you're not getting in over your head. So who knows? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe just 15 in here. We got a lot of pods. You know, I might want to do 15 of those, and then a few foxgloves and tool rods and different things. You can do everything here. So one tray for nothing but flowers, and the next tray for veggies, and another tray for herbs. And depending on how big you want to get. But just know, the more you plant, the more busy you're gonna be. I almost ran myself to death one time. I had a big thing, and in the end, then too much of it survived. Cause when it started getting real hot, I started losing my interest in stuff. Shit, I be trying to stay cool. I'm like, hell no, I ain't going out here. So that's why I got to get my little sprinkling systems together. So anyway, oh, y'all don't let me forget the tape and labels, because I'm fixing to go to something else. So we got marigolds here, and we're going to what? We're going to tape this up to create an airtight, airtight environment. Okay, so here we go. I hope it stick, because I ain't dried on nothing. Okay, so here we go. Once again, we're doing the same thing over. So I got this top on here. I'm gonna take this top off. For people who if you're in colder climates, just make a hole in the top of this and keep this on. It just don't get that cold down here. Like if you're trying to grow something and some snow, shit, then maybe you do need to keep the top on it, depending on where you at. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so we got that airtight. Well, not airtight, but we got a little seams covered. Once again, here we go, and we want to label this marigolds. Oh shit, man! I lost a little tip to my thingamajig. Go out and get you some. If you're gonna do this, go on and invest in some ragged scissors. Go to the Dollar General and get your pair of scissors like I got. Don't use your sewing scissors, because use your sewing scissors, your blades don't get dull. And invest in some Sharpies. This thing I had. It ain't right shit. So anyways, it ain't writing. Just faintly. I'm trying to write on here. I'm not having any action. Y'all, legit, this thing ain't writing nothing. It ain't writing. The life of this is gone. This thing old as I don't know what. Now, if you want to, you can always, but like you might have a whole lot of stuff left and you can't do it, but you know, some people, if you ain't got much in here, you can just tape your little package on here like this. Just tape that on there. If it's empty, you can tape it on your bottle, but I still got a whole bunch of seeds in here, so that's not gonna work. So the only thing I got a chance to write was Mary, M-E-R-I. So I gotta go in the house and get my other Sharpie and write gold on the end. Okay, so what I got in here, I have Mammoth Russian sunflowers. These are the ones I was telling y'all about. Just beautiful, and they taste good. I like to eat mine raw. I like to separate these. I got another storage case of these where I got them separated. But I got these this year. You can get them, go on Raid Dollar Tree. But I got this last year. I thought I had that this year, but I think I'm not sure. But Dollar Tree, they 4 for $1. Yeah, I might have got this year. 4 for $1. Marigold, French Dwarf, double mix colors. Go on there and get them before they gone. Y'all better get y'all some. And I got my onion seeds. And I think I'm gonna start me some onion seeds in a bottle. I grew onions one time. It was like they were so different. They taste different from the grocery store. I have dwarf sunspots. Oh, these are so beautiful. Y'all, excuse me, y'all. Thyme. Though, now it's good to grow your herbs in these bottles. You can grow your thyme in there. I have here some California bell peppers. I got this from a seed grower online. I got sweet corn. It don't take much. They were stingy with them. They don't have no more than 10 corn seeds. Each one produces one corn stalk. Each corn stalk will give you about a couple of corn cobs. This right here is the sweet corn. Yeah, I got that under the Dollar Tree. Zinnias. Man, they put on a fucking show. And I'm telling you what's so great about zinnias is you don't have to water them. They don't give a damn. They still gonna put off a show. So for y'all people who don't want to water nothing, go with your zinnias. I got the early golden Bantam corn. I got the radish seeds. Fresh radish is good for your salads, and it has some great benefits for your health. We got the winter squash. Those are good, very good, especially squash soups and stuff. We got we already did this, the summer squash. We did summer squash, y'all remember that? We got this is another batch that I got from a heirlooms. Cause see, I usually get heirlooms, and a lot of people are against these because they said I'm not heirlooms. I've never done this kohlrabi. I've never heard of kohlrabi, but I got some kohlrabi, whatever that is. And I got some oregano. Start these in your bottles. I got pepper sweets. Definitely do your peppers because we're going to do some canning of those. I got some turnip greens. Now these things like this, I wouldn't suggest doing these right now. Wait till fall planting to do your collard greens, your turnips, your Brussels sprouts, your cauliflowers, and your lettuces. Just wait till the fall for fall planting. Fall planting would start right around September. September is when you want to start that, and then they'll grow all through the winter. Okay. We had something here. I don't know what it is. I can't even reach in here to get it. We got marigolds again. We have sweet summer corn. What are these? Cilantro. Zinnias. Zinnias come back year after year. But in case they don't, it's best to, once they get dry and they start, their little spindles start coming out, collect them so you can do them again and again and year after year after year after year. That lady back there in the back, I be seeing her take hers off. I got cilantro here. And I got, oh, my phone is getting ready to die. Shit. Y'all, I'm going to lose y'all, okay? I got Mexican mint, and this is it. My phone is gone. So I'm going to come back maybe later tonight, and we can finish this up. Get your seeds, take them in the house, because the birds will poke a hole in it, and they'll start chomping down on them. You know, birds love seeds. So I got to get this in the house, and y'all, this is going to do it. Bye. Bye. I'll be back later, okay? Oh, Lord, my phone's finna die. Bye-bye.